For the students inside the Zoom teleconference, we recommend everyone to change your name with the accordance to the given format, which is name of school, underscore surname, then first name. A pleasant afternoon to our dear participants and guests. We hope you guys took your lunch already as we are going to fill your minds with knowledge and new ideas on today's webinar. Before we formally start the program, let us put ourselves first in the presence of the Lord to be followed by our national anthem.
Day. Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Bayang malilim, kaya sa sinamanan, alam ng puso, sa litin mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyot ka ng magiting, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisingin. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mo bukaw, may nilatang pula at awit sa pagkay minamahal. Ang isa't ng watawat, mu'y tagumpay na naninilig, ang bituin ng araw niya, kailan pa may natigilig. Lupa ng araw ng walang ipagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang ligaya na wag may makakit, ang mamatay lang dahil sa'yo.
Greetings, we are bona fide students of the Polytechnic University of the Philippines, Manila. From the section of BSHM 33D, it is a great pleasure for us to officially welcome you all to our webinar entitled Stay Alert, Live Healthy with Food Safety, an implementation of food safety management during COVID-19 pandemic. My name is Mary Resurrection, together with Angelo Fragata, and we will be your acting moderators for today's webinar. To formally open the webinar, may we call on our chairman of Neo-Hap events, Mr. LG Solano, for his opening remarks.
So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Ate Mary, for the introduction. So hello, guys. I am LG Solano, and I am the chairman of the Neo-Hap events. And I would like to welcome you all in this webinar entitled Stay Alert, Live Healthy with Food Safety. This webinar discussion is about the implementation of the food safety management during the COVID-19. And as we all know that there's a lot of things that has been changed in the operation of some establishments, and especially in the food industry. So we've invited two guest speakers for today to share their experience and knowledge regarding this topic. So I hope that you guys enjoy and learn a lot of things, especially those students like us who is taking up Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management. And again, I would like to welcome you all in this webinar. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. LG, for that wonderful message. We are grateful to all of you guys for lending your time to be here with us. This will not be possible without your participation. To our dear professor, Professor Haydin Calabig, who helped and supported us to make this webinar possible. We would like to acknowledge as well the presence of our dear professors. Your presence here are very much appreciated, as well as to our classmates, batchmates, and to our beloved guest speakers who gave us their time despite of their busy schedule. Also, we would like to extend our gratitude to the participants from the other universities. I would like to greet a happy viewing to the students from De La Salle University. Thank you so much for coming in our webinar. To the students as well from Diploma Hotel and Restaurant Technology, Data Center College of the Philippine, Loag City. We would like to welcome as well Mr. Shivapa Anagudra from India. Happy viewing po to our webinar.
From Ms. Levi Ann Pagipo from Bulacan State University, Meneses Campus.
The students from the Iris, thank you so much for being with us today.
As we go on to the main event of this webinar, we wanted to give more information regarding this topic with the help of our dear guest speakers. Before we proceed to the talk, we prepared an icebreaker to jot your thoughts.
The first icebreaker will be guess the tagline. Now, this is the mechanics for this game. We will be flashing some logos of food-related advertisement, or we will show you some taglines and you will guess the name of the brand. For the winners, our organizers will directly message you for your rewards. Unfortunately for this game, due to unwanted circumstances, we can only entertain answers from the participants present in Zoom. But don't worry, you can still participate in our call and ask questions in the Q&A portion. To the participants, take note that wrong spelling is wrong. Now, are you guys ready for our first game? Let the guessing game begin. Our first logo is KFC. If you guys know the tagline, we're looking for the tagline again. If you know the tagline of the KFC, please type inside the chat box.
Wow, the comment section is being flooded by comments.
I think we have a winner from This is TP, Miss Kaizen. D. Taguyana, congratulations. Finger licking good.
For our next logo, Paparapapa. Recently, McDonald's released a collaboration between a boy band called BTS. The meal is composed of large fries, drink, and nuggets with 2 special sauces. Have you guys guessed the tagline? Congratulations to Miss Ashley J. Gordon. You are the winner.
Our chat box are being flooded by messages. You guys are so active. Thank you so much for your active participation. Now for our next logo. Subway. If you know the tagline for Subway, please comment inside the chat box. And I think we have a winner from PUP, Miss Jessica Belmonte. Eat fresh.
That was very fast, Miss Jessica. Thank you for answering. And our next logo will be Army Navy. Army Navy serves burgers and burritos with large varieties. Have you guessed what the tagline of Army Navy is? You can do it, guys. Keep on guessing.
Service with smile.
Forged by the sea.
Keep guessing, guys.
We have a winner. Miss Selena Aguito. Congratulations. It's redelivered delicious.
Our fifth and last logo. Dunkin' Donuts. I know that many of you rather are familiar for the tagline of Dunkin' Donuts. Now, if you know the tagline for it, please type it inside the chat box.
Wow, that was fast, Mr. Ken Barrios.
Dunkin'
Pasalubong ng
Donuts.
bayan.
Again, please turn off your mic. Anyways, our game has finally ended and congratulations to all the winners. Again, please wait for the organizers to directly message you for your rewards. And since we're now done to our first icebreaker, we're now going to the first set of our raffle, which is the Wheel of Logos. Ayan, to those 100 participants na-select, please check your logo in your email so that you could know kung anong logo po yung naka-assign sa inyo. Are you guys ready? Our first winner for our first set of raffle is Minute Staff Michela M. Seniza. Congratulations!
Number 15, number 15.
May we remind everyone to please turn off your mic to avoid noise or disruptions during the program.
For our second winner, Dunkin' Donuts of Miss Angelica L. Orpiano. Congratulations to our winners! By the way, please take note that the organizers will be waiting for your message up until the next set of draws. Failure to do so will forfeit your winning and we will draw again for the remaining selected participants. Again, for the winners, the organizers will be waiting for your message up until the next set of draws. Failure to do so will forfeit your winning and we will draw again for the remaining selected participants. Thank you.
I hope you guys enjoyed our first icebreaker. Let us now introduce you to our first guest speaker. He is a graduate of Bachelor Science major in Food Technology in the Polytechnic University of the Philippines year 2010. He worked as a Quality Assurance Officer in Reyes Barbecue in 2012 to 2018. He also worked as a Food Safety Officer in Vikings Group year 2018 to 2020. Currently, he is working as a Food Safety Officer Supervisor in Handbright Concept. Without further ado, let us welcome Mr. George Milton M. Muldong.
Good afternoon, Mr. Muldong.
Can you hear me?
Good afternoon, Mr. Muldong. Yes?
Can you hear me?
Yes? Po,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hi everyone. As the MCs explained, I am Mr. George Milton Muldong, Food Safety Supervisor from Handbright Concept. I'm glad for the opportunity given to me to be a speaker in this kind of event. I appreciate the efforts of all the MCs and other organizers for having me here. Thanks in advance. Hello. Hello. Sorry.
Hello, sir. Narinig po namin kayo.
Hello, sir.
Notify me pag hindi masyadong malinaw.
Okay po. Ayan, so while we're waiting, while there's for the setup of our presentation, I hope you guys are enjoying our webinar so far. We would like to acknowledge as well the students from Bulacan State University campus. Thank you so much for being with us in our webinar.
From PUPQC, Shaina Marie Erica R. Vidal.
From De La Salle University Das Marinas, thank you so much for being with us today.
From the Batangas State University, Malvar Campus, Ira Sarina Castillo.
We would like to greet a happy viewing as well to the students from Daneta City University.
Ayun na.
Mr. Muldong. Ay, Sir George, okay na po ba yung presentation po natin?
So
Wait lang po.
Froggy, how are you feeling?
Actually, I'm feeling very excited right now. I didn't expect that we will have this large number of participants in our webinar.
I'm overwhelmed with the number of guests with here in Zoom teleconference and Facebook Live.
Happy viewing to all of you guys. I hope you enjoy our webinar. Okay na po tayo, sir.
May difficulty lang sa internet connection. Wait a minute.
So while we are waiting for our first talk, again, we would like to give shout out to the students from Bulacan State University campus.
While waiting for Mr. Muldong, let us go on again to another set of games. While waiting for
So-
the screen to be flashed. Our next game will be the Guess by the Brand by its logo. The same rule still applies. We will show you some logo and you will guess what brand this is. For the winners, our organizers will directly message you for your rewards. Again, due to unwanted circumstances, we can only entertain questions from the participants present in Zoom.
Are you guys ready for our second game?
Let Let us know in the comment box below. Are you guys still alive? Aim with that apple. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. But please keep your comments coming to be rewarded. Of course, it is not being rewarded by an apple. The
Apple.
comment section is being commented by Apple.
I think we have a winner at Miss Mary.
I think so too.
Sabi, hindi ko na kagad siya makita kasi ang bibilis mag-comment ng ating mga
I
participants.
think it is from DLSUD, Darlene AGB, Pula Dalila. Congratulations!
Congratulations! Our next logo,
Chicken.
chicken. We have a chicken in our second logo. Now, if you are familiar with this logo, please type the right answer in the chat box. Apple Pay, Chicken wings, paborito
Bounty
ng
Fresh.
lahat. Peri-peri, sounds like pero mali yung spelling. Sige pa.
Close enough. But keep on coming. We have a winner, I think. Mr. Fragata.
I'm still locating for the winner kasi ang bilis mag-flash ng mga sagot.
Ang
Ay, nabasa ko na siya
active ng
kanina.
mga participants natin.
I think we have a winner from
DLSUD again. Si Miss Darlene.
Darlene Culadilla. Wow,
Wow,
what a fast hand.
napaka-active.
Siya
Our
ang ginagalingan ni Miss Darlene.
And our next logo will be LOL. If you know it, comment down below your answers.
I think we have a winner from PUP, Miss Chapnu Leslie. Congratulations.
Wow,
The right answer
that
is
was so
El
fast.
Pololoco.
Again,
Malaban
we
ng mga
remind
PUPians.
everyone, we can only entertain the participants present in Zoom teleconference. Our fourth logo is a
I
restaurant.
think we have a winner. Agad. Hindi pa natin na-describe yung fourth logo natin. And I
Bilis
think
naman talaga
she's
mag-isip.
from PUP, Miss Aurora Flores. Congratulations.
Congratulations! And lastly, our last logo is New York City, 1956. Wow, that was
We have
past
no
Miss
winner.
Kaiji Andal.
The right
It's
answer is
Sbarro.
Sbarro. Congratulations, Miss Kylie Andal. Now again, to our winners, please wait for the organizers to directly message you for your rewards.
Okay.
Bale, stay put lang kayo kasi meron pa tayong raffle mamaya and another set of game.
Let us know. Call back again, Mr. George Muldong for his presentation.
Are we ready?
Yes, sir.
Hello, sorry. May
Yes, sir,
babaguhin,
George.
may babaguhin lang ako, wait. Kaya mag-play ng pinaka-slides eh.
Okay po, sir. And so while we are waiting again for our first talk, we would like to acknowledge as well the students from the other universities. Yan. Happy viewing to the students from Data Center College of the Philippines, Lawag City. Thank you for being with us today in our webinar.
From Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Marikina, good day to you, Elvin F. Maurilio.
From the students of the National Teachers College. Happy viewing po sa inyong lahat.
From De La Salle University, Das Marinas. Happy viewing.
Happy viewing as well to the students from the National University Manila. To Miss Arzela Gian of Santa Cecilia College, Valenzuela. Happy viewing po sa iyo. And I think we are ready for our first talk.
Nope. Sorry for that. Nagkakaroon ng days na.
Ayan, we would like to apologize for the technical difficulties that we're experiencing right now. But I hope you guys are still enjoying our webinar.
Thank you for waiting, guys. So, introduce myself. I introduce what will I present to you guys. So, as given an opportunity by Neo-Hap, I'm given to an opportunity to speak about food safety during this time of pandemic. So, the title of the presentation is Stay Alert, Living Healthy with Food Safety, the implementation of food safety management. Next. During this time, what do you think we'll need to learn about food safety? How will we be able to react with it? So we have the learning objective. The first learning objective is, next please. What are the essential roles of food safety, especially during this pandemic? So at the end of this webinar, we will learn what are the role of food safety. Next, please, what are the second learning objective? The operational execution of food safety protocols. Siyempre, we all know na medyo mahigpit ngayon sa mga food establishment. So may mga pinatutupad ng mga food safety protocols. So malalaman natin kung ano yung mga ginagawa sa mga kanya-kanyang establishments. The third learning objective is awareness in changes applied in accordance with safety protocols. So paano ba natin may inform yung mga ibang mga tao about sa COVID virus and about how to stop it. So malalaman din natin yan. So it's a 3 learning objective na maaari na matutuhan after this module. Next slide, please. Introduction. First, alamin muna natin kung ano yung food safety at bakit siya mahalaga. So, in this segment, napaka-importante ng food safety na kailangan natin maintindihan at kailangan natin malaman kung ano ito. So, ang food safety ay ang science para i-preserve ang health ng isang individual o ng isang tao. Kasi kung walang food safety, mabilis tayo pwedeng dapuan ng sakit, mabilis tayong magkaroon ng mga problema sa katawan, at yung mga kinakain natin is hindi siya mape-preserve at hindi siya magiging safe. Kaya mostly, it's more on what is food safety. Food safety requirements. Thank you. So ano yung mga kinakailangan o ano yung mga nakapaloob dun sa food safety? Number 1 dyan, yung personal hygiene natin. So what is personal hygiene? It is your personal cleanliness. Kung paano mo inaalagaan yung sarili mo, kung paano mo pinapanatiling maayos yung katawan mo, na maiiwasan mo yung magkaroon ng sakit. Siyempre, pag malinis ka sa katawan, malaki yung chance mo na maiwasan mo yung mga sakit o magkaroon ng sakit. Second is yung proper staff training. Siyempre, kailangan. Pag nasa isang company ka, meron tayong mga training na nai-involve yung ating lahat ng mga workers para maintindihan nila kung ano ibig sabihin ng food safety. Mahalaga siya para maintindihan nila yan. Pangatlo, yung preparation practices. So, pag nandun ka sa establishment, marami siyang practices na kailangan mong gawin. Giving example is yung mga pagluluto sa tamang temperature o yung pagpapatigas ng freezing o pagpapatigas ng isang produkto sa freezer, ano ba yung tamang temperature? O yung magkahiwalay ba dapat yung manok sa karne? Mga ganun yung mga practices na malalaman nyo. Pag nandun na kayo sa food establishment. So dito, i-discuss ko lang kung ano yung pinaka-topic nila para sa maintindihan nyo siya. Proper food storage, yung sinabi ko kanina, yung mga tungkol sa mga pag-freeze ng pagkain, pag-iinit ng pagkain, lalo na sa mga restaurants o mga iba't ibang klase ng mga food establishment, marami kang kailangan gawin para mapanatili yung pagkain safe at mailabas mo siya ng safe. And the fifth one is the proper cooking. So dapat siya niluto na maayos doon sa tamang temperature. Kasi may mga klase ng bacteria o mikrobyo na nabubuhay sa maraming klase ng temperature. Iba-iba siya. So mayroong mga dangerous bacteria na nabubuhay sobrang init, sobrang lamig. So kailangan natin maintindihan din kung ano yung mga tamang pagluluto. Next slide please. Thank you. Kasama doon yung regular pest control. So sa pest control, nagkakaroon tayo ng mga kaalaman tungkol sa kung ano-ano yung mga klase ng mga pest. Na pest is meaning is yung mga example is yung mga daga, ipis, kung ano-ano na pwedeng mapunta sa isang food establishment na pwedeng magdulot na hindi maging safe isang pagkain. So lahat ng mga food establishment tinatakal siya. Siyempre may mga organization na kayang yung mga ganyang klase. So na kailangan nilang alamin kung paano, ano yung tamang pag-pest control. So may mga techniques and may mga procedures na kailangan sundin para dyan. Proper cleaning system, ito yung mga klase ng paglilinis. So meron tayong mga iba't ibang klase ng paglilinis in terms of paggamit ng mga chemicals, ng mga soap. So kailangan din siya maintindihan para lahat siya na-involved sa food safety para at least mapanatili natin malinis yung mga pagkain natin. Pag hindi tayo malinis, hindi tayo marunong maglinis, hindi rin magiging safe yung pagkain natin. The next is the appropriate freezing rating. As I mentioned earlier, yung mga tamang pag-freeze ng pagkain. Ano ba yung tamang arrangement ng pagkain sa isang freezer, sa isang refrigerator. So may mga temperature na kailangan. Ano ba siya? So kailangan natin iintindihin din yun pag napunta ka sa food safety. And then the last one is the proper waste handling. So importante rin siya kasi syempre lahat ng mga food establishments is involving waste handling and disposal. So may mga governing bodies na nag-check, nagre-regulate ng ganyan, which is the Senro or the yung mga local units na mga kanya-kanyang sa local governments, yung mga nagche-check no, kung paano tinatapon yung mga syempre mga waste ng pagkain, saan napupunta, o paano ba yung system ng mga pagkain, yung pagdaloy ng pagkain. So, chine-check din siya. Tapos may mga batas din na kailangan sundin about dyan na during sa mga food establishment is nire-required siya para hindi siya mahirapan pumasa sa mga accreditation. Next slide, please. Thank you. Next. Sige pa. Yun, yung mga yung nakaligtahan kanina, yung food handler. So lahat tayo, kayo mga estudyante kayo ngayon. So pagdating nyo sa pagka-graduate nyo, nagtrabaho kayo sa hotel man o sa other establishments. So magtatawagin kayo isang food handler. Kasi kumahawak kayo na pagkain. It's either server, waiter, janitor, or kung ano man yung position nyo, part kayo ng system kung paano napoproduce yung pagkain. Kaya tinatawag kayo isang food handler. So mga characteristics niyan is kailangan malinis ka sa katawan, syempre. Alam mo yung mga procedures para mapanatiling malinis yung restaurants mo, yung tindahan mo, o yung establishments mo. And then dapat na-execute mo siya araw-araw, daily. Kung paano mo siya ginagawa para at least mapanatili mo yung establishment mo maayos. Next please. Thank you. And then after that, introduction tayo kung ano yung COVID-19. So pagkatapos natin malaman kung ano yung food safety, alamin naman natin kung ano yung COVID-19. So coronavirus is an infectious disease caused by a newly discovered coronavirus. So actually, it's bago siyang strain na sinasabi ng World Health Organization and the Department of Health na hindi pa na-discover kung ano yung pinaka-main strain nasa kanya. So hindi pa nila nalalaman kung ano talaga yung ano yung COVID-19. Sinasabi lang siyang COVID-19 kasi it's a common disease occurred during 2019. Kaya siya tinawag na COVID-19. So ano yung COVID-19? Ano nga ba yung mga symptoms niya? Yung mga signs kung bakit para masabi mo meron kang COVID-19 o para masabi mo na ikaw ay dapat kumonsulta sa isang doktor. Next slide please. Hindi po. Unang-una dyan, yung fever. Magkakaroon ka ng mataas na lagnat. So, kailangan, pag nagkaroon ka ng mga symptoms na sinasabi ko, it's either pumunta ka agad sa malapit na doktor o kung may doktor ka na para at least maagapan. Kasi ang COVID-19 is very dangerous, lalo na pag nandoon na sa pinaka-final stage o last stage na kung saan hindi mo na siya parang kayang i-prevent talaga. Second is yung dry cough. So magkakaroon ka ng ubo na hindi mo mailabas-labas. Tiredness, so madali ka mapagod. So kailangan mo siyang, pag nakakaramdam ka ng sobrang pagod, syempre usually naman yan sa mga tao nagtatrabaho. But then, iba yung parang, alam mo na malakas yung katawan mo pero parang nahihingal ka, pinapagod ka. The fourth one is the mga sakit at mga kirot sa katawan, kung ano man sakit sa katawan. Fifth is the nasal congestion. So nasal congestions. So may mga magkakaroon ka ng paghihirap sa paglabas ng mga sipon sa ilong. Kailangan mo na siya ipa-check up. Runny nose, same with the ilong. Sore throat sa lalamunan. So pag meron nahihirapan kang huminga din minsan dahil sa sore throat, saka may bumabara sa lalamunan mo. Kasi ang bacteria is very vague. So, kailangan mo siyang iwasan talaga. Diarrhea, pag sobra nagtatay ka, yung nauubusan ka na rin ng tubig sa katawan. So, kailangan mo pa-check up. Next slide, please. Source and incubation period. So, ano yung mga pinanggagalingan at kung gaano katagal usually na nade-determine yung COVID-19. So, as per the World Health Organization, as discussed also with other science governing bodies, So, most likely, animals ang pinanggalingan ng COVID-19. Pero hindi nila ma-determine specifically kung saan. But then, dahil sa yung animals, through eating meat, syempre lahat tayo kumakain ng karne. So pag mayroong isang virus na nag-infect o mikrobyo, nag-infect dun sa karne na kinakain mo at hindi siya na-produce na malinis, dun nagkakaroon ng transmission ng virus from the meat to the person. Kaya yung tao nagkakaroon ng sakit. Doon siya nang gagaling. Sabi ng World Health Organization. Next slide, please. The incubation period o kung gaano siya katagal at gaano katagal malalaman kung meron ka ng COVID-19 o parang symptoms ng COVID-19. So according to the WHO din, the current incubation period of COVID-19 is ranges from 1 day to 12.5 days or 13 days. Sorry. 13 days. So, pag nagkaroon ka ng, kunwari, kumain ka ng, kanina, nabanggit ko ng mga pagkain na infected. So, first day, pwede mo siya malaman kung nagkaroon ka na, kung mahina yung katawan mo, meron ka ng symptoms agad, lalabas yung mga sinasabi kong signs and symptoms kanina. So, up to 12 or 13 days. So medyo matagal yung pinaka. Kasi ang mostly tinatamaan ng COVID-19, sorry, is yung mga elderly, mga medyo matatanda na. Tapos yung may mga sorry, may mga medical conditions na talaga mahina na yung immune system nila, hindi nila kayang parang ma-prevent yung bacteria na pumasok sa katawan nila. So mostly yung mga tinatamaan. And then yung mga buntis at saka yung mga sobrang yung baby, yung bata, na mahina pa yung mga immune system. Usually kasi kung mahina yung immune system mo, dun ka magkakaroon ng infection. Ever na mabilis kang tamaan. Hindi ka makakaiwas din sa mga ganong klaseng virus. Next slide, please. Thank you. Role of food safety. So, food safety is very vague topic. So, kung tutusin, halos sa food industry, hindi nawawala yung food safety. So, dyan sa picture, makikita nyo, involved lahat. So, water, risk, expiration, sanitize, industry, HACCP, inspection, temperature, etc. etc. So, marami yung connection ng food safety sa pagpuproduce ng isang ligtas na pagkain. And then, also, to the food industry. So, global food industry. So, lahat sa buong mundo na experience yan. So, may mga kanilang mga safety requirements na involve yung food safety. So, ano ba yung isang role ng food safety sa atin? So, it helps provide safer food. Siyempre, pag na-practice mo yung food safety, mas makakapag-produce ka ng ligtas na pagkain. So dahil meron kang ligtas na pagkain, syempre, yung mga pagkain na yon is magdudulot ng resistensya para sa mga kanyang katulad ng isang virus. Resistensya sa mga mikrobyo. So hindi ka kakapitan agad ng sakit. So in short, so magkakaroon ka ng mas mahabang buhay. Sasabihin natin kasi ligtas lagi yung kinakain mo. Tapos, syempre, hindi ka kakapitan ng sakit. So, hindi ka lagi pupunta ng mga hospital. And then, wala ka po problemahin ng mga gastos. So, number one yan. So, syempre, makapag-produce ka ng ligtas na pagkain. Secondly, next slide please. It plays an important role sa mga restaurant. Syempre, pag sinabi mong, kunwari, McDo, Jollibee, yung mga president kanina, may mga kanya-kanyang parang dignidad dyan sa kanya-kanyang sinishare nila sa food industry. So pag sinabi nila McDo, ay safe yan kasi ganito yung ginagawa nila. Jollibee, ay safe yan kasi ganito yung ginagawa nila. So nagkakaroon ng dignidad yung food, yung isang food establishment dahil sa food safety. Dahil yung ibang tao, syempre, sinasabi nila na food, ligtas yung pagkain na naipuproduce ng Jollibee, McDo, etc. etc. So naiiwasan nila yung certain outbreak o yung pinaka talagang worst scenario is magkaroon ka ng food illness outbreak kung saan halos karamihan ng mga kumakain sa restaurant mo, sa stores mo is magkakaroon ng sakit. So yun yung tinatawag na foodborne illness or outbreak. So yun yung maiwasan natin, lalo na sa mga food industry. Third one, thank you. As connection to the number one role, protection of human life and health. Siyempre, pag nagkaroon ka ng dahil sa food safety, naiiwasan niya yung mga ganyan sakit. So napoprotection niya yun sa sarili natin. So mas healthy tayo sa sarili, mas healthy rin yung kinakain natin. Sabihin natin, mas hahaba yung buhay ng isang tao. Siyempre, nasa kanyang tao na kung ano yung gusto niya. Pero depende pa rin. And then, ito yung mga nire-remind ko lagi sa mga trainings namin, sa mga school establishment. Sorry. Hello? Sorry. Nakaroon ng ito.
May we request everyone to please turn their mic off while we're in the talk to avoid any disruptions. Thank you.
Hindi nata tayong kasama eh. Sorry. Just kidding. May na-invite ka ata na baby. Okay na?
Okay na po, sir. Proceed na po. Sorry po.
Sorry. Thank you. So, next slide please. Ito yung mga sinasabi ko nga na ini-involve namin lahat sa mga talk namin pagdating sa food safety. Which is, sinasabi dyan is, food safety is everyone's responsibility. So lahat tayo is involved sa food safety sa kanya-kanya nating buhay. So kailangan nating pagtibayin kung ano yung mga na meron sa atin. So dapat lahat tayo merong concern about food safety kasi hindi lang naman para sa akin yan dahil ako yung food safety supervisor, hindi lang para sa mga host yan para maligtas sila. So para sa lahat yan. Kasi kung ipapractice mo yung food safety sa sarili mo buhay, sa pamilya mo, kahit pag nagtatrabaho ka, siguro magkikita pa tayo at least 106 years, mga ganyan. Kaya dapat, papanalitin na malinis at manatiling malinis kahit saan. Next slide, please. So next, dun tayo sa may next topic, kung ano yung mga food safety protocols. So meron tayong tinatawag na protocols na nire-required ng DOH, ng mga ibang establishment sa kanila-kanila, depende dun sa requirement ng DOH. So na dapat natin sundin. Alamin natin kung ano ba yung food safety protocols. Ano ba yung tinatawag na safety protocols or food safety protocols. So safety protocols is, next slide please, ay mga checklist o safety requirements na develop nga at nire-required ng governing bodies or ng DOH and the IATF. So madalas siguro kung nanonood kayo ng mga balita sa radyo, sa TV, so marinig madalas yung DOH, IATF. So sila yung mga governing bodies o ng mga nagpapatupad ng mga safety protocols na kailangan sundin ng lahat ng individual dito sa Pilipinas. So ano pa yung safety protocols? Ito yung mga measures, next slide please, measures na kailangan natin para ma-reduce yung risk ng exposure natin sa pagkalat ng COVID-19. So itong mga safety protocols ito, pinapatupad para syempre maiwasan natin yung virus, hindi natin mahawaan yung bawat isa, at saka ano yung mga dapat natin gawin kahit nasa bahay tayo para maiwasan yung virus. Next slide please. So sa protocols, may mga basic guidelines lalo na sa mga food establishment now. So ngayon nga na-under tayo ng GCQ with restrictions. So may bago na naman tayong restrictions na kailangan sundin. So ito yung mga basic guidelines na. So number 1 sa mga dining, so syempre lahat kayo magtatrabaho sa mga dining food industry. At dining, ang ina-allowed lang lalo na dito sa NCR Plus, yung Bulacan, Laguna, Manila, Rizal, is 20% at venue or seating capacity. So, sabihin mo, sa 10 tao, 2 lang inaalaw na kailangan sa isang restaurant. Ganon din usually ganon din ang pinapatupad sa mga workers. So usually merong naka-skeletal system yung iba. So medyo maigpit. So 2 o 3 lang pumapasok. Sa outdoor al fresco dining, meron siyang 50% venue or seating capacity. Kung tatanungin nyo bakit magkaiba yung dalawa, syempre pag nasa al fresco ka, mas nasa labas ka. So which is malayo ka sa iba't ibang tao. Lalo na may hangin, so mas mape-preserve niya yung mga pagkain, lalo na pag nasa labas ka. Pero hindi masyado, dapat medyo pa rin, parang nandun pa rin yung protocols, lalo na pag nasa alfresco ka. Next slide please. Sa dining, may mga pinapatupad, kahit saan ka kumain ngayon, may mga pinapatupad na kailangan mag-declare ng health status mo o kailangan mag-fill up ng health declaration. Through form, may mga iba nagpo-provide ng mga form pagpasok mo na isang establishment, or merong iba QR code. So using QR code, may mga apps na nire-required yung iba. Yung iba naman, para simple apps lang basta meron kang pwede mong pang-scan dun sa QR code na pwede mong i-declare yung health status mo. At yung iba kasi merong para malaman mo din kung saan nanggaling isang tao. So para may information ka kung saan nanggaling isang tao, iba naglalagay ng gano'n. Yung iba naman, pinaka-basic, is kung para malaman lang yung health status mo, address, etc. etc. Para din sa contact tracing. So next slide please. Food safety protocols also. Tapos na tayo dun sa mga basic guidelines, kung ano yung mga dapat i-discuss. And then next is yung mga minimum health protocols na pinoprovide sa bawat establishments. And also, syempre, sa lahat ng community. So ano ba yun? Number 1 dyan is yung pagsusot ng face mask and face shield. So lahat yan ngayon nire-required. Kahit saan ka pumasok. Mostly talaga sa mga mall, ganyan na yung required, and then also sa mga other establishments. Makikita mo lagi dapat merong face mask at face shield. So pag wala ka niyan, pwede kang magkaroon ng consequences, magkaroon ka ng fines. May mga nanguhuli ng ganyan. Ano nga ba yung wear face mask and face shield? So next slide please. Use of coverings include homemade, scarf, bandanas, help kung ano yung mga dapat maiwasan pagdating sa virus. Kasi ang virus is natatransmit siya through droplets o yung mga droplets ng saliva o ng mga yung nagagaling sa mga hininga isang tao. So nagkakaroon ng infection agad lalo na pag close yung mga tao. So kailangan mag-wear ng mga face shield at face mask. Yung face mask syempre para sa yung sarili mo, pansarili mo, mas maiwasan mo rin yun. And then yung face shield, syempre, para makover yung buong mukha mo, lalo na hindi agad siya matransmit. Kasi very essential na matakpan yung face mo para hindi siya agad kumalat. Next is yung paghuhugas ng, backward pieces. Thank you. Yung washing your hands, paghuhugas ng kamay. Both World Health Organization and syempre yung governing bodies natin sa Pilipinas, yung DOH, sinasabi na ang madalas na paghuhugas ng kamay ay pinaka-effective na pwedeng magawa ng isang individual para ma-prevent yung virus. So, pinaka-effective ang paghuhugas ng kamay lagi. Siyempre, kung ano yung mga hinahawakan mo, kung nagtapon ka ng basura, naghawak ka ng isang sigarilyo, o naghawak ka ng naglinis ka ng bahay, naglinis ka ng isang area dun sa trabaho mo, tapos kailangan maghugas ng kamay. Because hand washing prevents all kinds of bacteria, lalo na pag gumagamit ka ng mga soap na para matanggal yung mga residue ng bacteria sa kamay mo upang hindi mo na malagay sa kung anong part ng katawan mo. So mostly dapat siya ginagawa so, pagkatapos mo gumamit ng restroom, pagkatapos mo kumain, meron kang hinawakan sa mukha mo. So, kailangan mo siyang hugasan yung kamay mo. Next slide, please. The next one is yung ano pa ba yung health protocols. Usually, ginagawa yung temperature check. Indication pag meron kang mataas na temperature, syempre, isipin ng establishment is hindi ka nila papasukin and meron kang symptoms ng virus. So usually, ang alam naman natin is 37 point. 37, pag magkaroon ka na ng, pag tumaas na ng 38, lalo na 39, 40, is yung iba, minimum nila is siguro 37 plus, maximum is 30, siguro 20, 37, 30, 38. And then, pinaka hindi ina-allow is yung mga umabot ng 39 and 40 degrees Celsius. Next slide, please. And then, the other one is yung pagkakaroon ng sanitation. Lagi, kahit nasa biyahe ka, kahit nandun ka lang sa bahay. So, kailangan meron kang laging daladalang pan-sanitize sa kamay mo. So, yung sinasabi dyan, katulad din siya ng paglalagay ng alcohol. Number 1 yan ng pag-sanitize. Alcohol, pwede rin yung mga sanitizers na nabibili. So, pwede mo siyang gamitin. Basta yung sanitizers mo is also parang katulad siya ng alcohol na merong 70% alcohol para at least ma-prevent yung bacteria, mabura siya. So lahat yung ginagawa pagpasok mo ng mga food establishment. So every food establishment is either check ng temperature at saka nagpo-provide ng mga sanitation like alcohol or hand sanitizer sa kanilang, is either dun sa kanilang tawag dito, counter, yung mga provided siya. Next please. So as I mentioned earlier, contract tracing. So para saan yung health declaration kanina na pinoprovide? So para siya dun sa contract tracing. So contact tracing. So in case na magkaroon ng suspicious na mga cases dun sa mga napuntahan mong lugar, so mabilis ka nilang makakontakt o mabilis ka nilang matutulungan in case na involved ka dun sa case ng isang tao o ikaw mismo yung may case, mas mabilis makakontakt yung mga ibang mga nakasalumuha mo o yung mga nakasama mo dun sa isang restaurant o food establishment. The other one is the food physical distancing. So ito, hindi na bago sa inyo, madalas nyo siya naririnig. So kailangan meron kang siguro 3 meters distance sa iyong mga yung kasama or sa ibang mga tao para may patupad mo yung physical distancing. Next slide please. So ayan, 3 feet nga yung sinasabing kailangan o isang dipa ng kamay mo yung distansya mo sa isang tao para masabing nagkaroon ka ng physical distancing. So lahat to pinapatupad sa lahat ng food establishments. So yung pang-anim na nabanggit ko kanina, sila siya pinapatupad. Kasi may mga nagche-check ng mga local, galing sa mga local LGUs na nagche-check ng mga kung natutupad ba yung mga health protocols. Kasi chine-check din sila ng mga part ng mga DOH, so lahat ng IATF, so lahat yun involved para ma-secure yung mga nasusunod yung minimum health protocols. Next slide please. Ito, yung mga importanteng protocols, lalo na sa mga food establishment. Ano may mga pinatutupad? Actually, more or less, kung ano yung mga nabanggit ng minimum health protocols, lahat naman yung involved yung food establishment. So lahat siya kailangan ginagawa at pinapatupad. So at the food establishment, ito yung mga food safety protocols na pinapatupad. So physical separation of workers and other staff in all premises of business operations. So ako, na-experience ko na nagtatrabaho ko sa Vikings group. So madalas, lalo na yung mga chef, syempre, before, wala pa yung COVID, dikit-dikit siya. Para mabilis mong matrabaho yung isang paggawa ng pagkain, yung isang procedure. So more or less ganun. Now, yung iba nagkakaroon na ng physical distancing, which is nire-required. So katulad ng nasa picture, so lahat sila magkakahiwalay. Pinaprovide minsan yung kanya-kanyang space sa bawat workers kasi lalo na sa mga buffet restaurants like Vikings. So may mga kanya-kanyang setup yan. So may mga for desserts, may mga sushi, ganyan-ganyan, main dish. So lahat yun nire-required ng manpower. So more or less before, ang manpower sa kunwari sa isang station is 5 persons, ngayon nililimatahan na sa 2. So ganun na siya yung nangyayari. Tapos magkalayo pa sila. So yung pagko-coordinate, nang nagkakaroon ng problems, nagkakaroon ng yung para minsan, difficulty sa pag-coordinate ng isang task. Lalo na pag 2 lang kayo. So medyo natatagalan yung pag-proceed dun sa isang procedures. Next, please. And then, other restaurants or establishments also install physical barriers. Siyempre, para din malimitahan yung transmission, naglalagay sila ng mga barriers. Yung karaniwan na naglalagay dyan, yung mga nasa counter, bihira kasi naglalagay ng mga nasa, ano tawag dito, yung mga nasa, yung mga dining area na. Mostly sa counters and dun sa workstation sa back area. So, kasi yun ang mga hindi nakikita ng tao usually. So, dapat yun may mga barriers talaga. Siyempre, para maiwasan din, yung sobrang, though ito kasi pag naglagay ka ng barriers, minsan medyo mainit. So, mas mabilis kang pagpawisan, which also cause yung mga droplets na yun to cause virus. So, nagkakaroon ng ventilation improvement yung ibang restaurant. So, yung dati, naglalagay sila ng, yung aircon nila is isa. So, ngayon, yung iba, dinodoble yung aircon o kaya nagkakaroon ng iba't ibang klase ng pampalamig dun sa area nila para at least maiwasan yung pagpawisan ng isang workers at saka lalo na maiwasan din yung pag-transmit ng mga virus. Next slide, please. Also now, mas madalas yung pagkakaroon ng paglilinis ng mga surfaces ng mga area natin. So, para maiwasan din yung cross-contamination ng isang pagkain. Cross-contamination is very deadly. So, patulad, example niyan is, kunwari, meron kang, yung mga pinapatupad ng mga practices sa mga establishment, example niyan is yung chopping boards. So usually sa isang food establishment like buffet area, iba-iba yung kulay ng chopping board. Para at least malaman mo kung ano yung dapat i-chop o kailangan mo hiwain sa isang chopping board. So sa amin before, yung mga meron kaming blue, may red, may dilaw, may black na chopping board for a specific product. So red for the meat, blue for the seafoods, and green for the vegetables. Black for the mga dry materials. So yun, may mga pinapatupad na parang practices para maiwasan yung cross-contamination. Kasi kung kunwari, example is magkaroon ng isang raw food, like karne na may mga dugo-dugo, tapos hiniwa mo parehas dun sa mga luto ng pagkain. So matatransfer yung pinaka-microbial ng mga dugo dun sa luto ng pagkain. So mabilis siyang makakontaminate. So kaya ngayon, mas madalas yung paglilinis ng iba. So mas nire-required yung mga parang helpers or mga janitors na marami dun sa mga chef kasi mas kailangan linisin isang specific area. So mas nililimitan yung mga chef niyo. Next, please. Next slide, please. Also, mas madalas yung pagkakaroon ng training or seminars na tinatawag. Kasi yung mga training, kailangan malaman din yung mga tao kung ano yung mga nagbabago na protocols, kung ano ba yung mga dapat na pinapatupad ng isang food establishment as required by the governing bodies para at least maging prepared yung mga tao pagdating nila dun sa kanilang mga trabaho. Lalo-lalo na, syempre kung hindi mo pala nagagawa to sa bahay nyo, tapos may mga ganitong bago din sa food establishments, so kailangan nagkakaroon ng regular training para at least malaman mo kung ano yung mga dapat baguhin pa. Para at least hindi siya, yung isang empleyado is hindi siya parang mawala dun sa isang station mo. Next please. Next slide please. Siyempre, pag may mga symptoms ka, nandun ka sa food industry, lalo na pag may alam mo na mayroon kang mataas na lagnat, hindi na siya ina-allowed. So before kasi may mga siyempre tine-check yung temperature, lalo na pag yung ibang mga empleyado or workers is not feeling well, so hindi talaga siya ina-allowed pumasok sa trabaho. Now, siyempre pag nagkaroon ka ng sintomas, lalo kang hindi pinapapasukin. Siyempre pag hinalaan ka pa na meron kang symptoms ng COVID-19. So as much as possible, if you feel unwell, so dapat kailangan mo siyang asikasuhin yung sarili mo. So i-self-quarantine mo na yung sarili mo. Magsabi ka na lang doon sa boss mo, sa mga ibang mga tao about na meron kang sakit. So iba-iba ka din kasi yung mga experiences ko pagdating sa ganyan. Before kasi nung nandun ako sa pinakang first job dun sa Rice Barbecue, which handles manufacturing of the barbecues and other products. So wala pang ganyan na scenario about sa protocols. But now, syempre, iba-iba na yung mga pinapatupad sa bawat food establishment. Pero mayroong certain protocols na pare-parehas naman. So dapat nating alamin din, maging aware tayo about dun sa mga dapat nating gawin, lalo na pag nandun na tayo sa natin. Ano ba natin malalaman? Paano natin yun, para matutunan yung mga information. So ano yung mga bagay na yun? Next slide please. Next slide please, thank you. Hello? Next slide please. Nawala. Hello? Next slide please. Please. Hello? Hello? Naririnig pa ba ako, Sir John? Sabi mo naman.
Yes sir, wait lang po. I-message lang po yung organizers.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Kaya na yun. Okay.
Ayan, apologies again for the technical difficulties that we're experiencing right now. Hindi talaga madali ang internet ngayon, lalo na may galing lang sa bagyo.
Yes. Lalo na yung mga lugar na umuulan. Medyo mahirap.
Again, thank you po for your patience and consideration.
At least na provide nito yung klase ng event sa pagtutulong-tulong.
So while we are waiting, we have very timely po yung Mr. George ngayon. So I know that many of us ay nakaka-relate po sa mga topic po na sinasabi niya. Don't you agree, Ate Mary?
Oo, lalo na ngayon. Yung mga food deliveries, nagkakaroon ng mga issues.
Yes,
Mishandling cases of food.
Yes, yun yung isang mga changes sa mga nangyayari sa food establishment, more on deliveries. Kasi para maiwasan yung transmission, lalo na pag magkakadikit yung mga tao. So, mas talamak or mas marami yung nagpapadeliver ng pagkain. Hindi na sila lumalabas ng bahay.
So,
Right.
so while waiting for the technical problems, we have some food trivias for you
Wow.
guys. Almonds are considered seeds, not nuts. Although spam is considered a popular Hawaiian treat, it is originated in Minnesota. Cranberries bounce if they are fresh. Tumatalbog daw sila kapag bago and fresh. Cucumbers are composed of 96% water. Gelatin is made from the boiling skin, cartilage, and bones from animals such as pig, cows, and chickens. Jelly beans are shiny, not because they're made of plastic, but because of shellac, which is considered listed as a confectioner's glaze on the label. Okay,
We're back.
welcome back, Froggy.
And we're back ulit sa session natin. So, nagkaroon ng mga difficulties sa internet. Ako din nagkakaroon kanina, kaya medyo natagalan. So now, we're back. Okay na ba talaga? Ayan, naglo-loading pa yung ano. Wait lang natin guys. Medyo... Sorry for the delay. So while waiting, so, kwento ko lang guys. So, I've been in the food industry for almost 10 years. Dealing with food safety issues and also food safety related topics na dinidiscuss ko rin dito. Itong mga dinidiscuss more on basics or yung mga guidelines lang naman. Pero about more on food safety, mas mas malalim. Pag nandun ka na sa mismo company, lalo na kung may mga kasama kang sobrang expert na pagdating sa food safety topics and issues. So, nagkakaroon ng discussions, nagkakaroon ng mga improvement, lalo na pag nandun kasi iba't ibang company. So, marami ka natututunan na food safety. Ganito pala dapat. So, para pagdating mo sa ibang company is meron ka din mapoprovide na bago nilang matututunan, lalo na sa mga kasamahan. So, ang pinaka-enjoy ko lalo na sa ganitong trabaho is yung learnings from, kasi ako before hindi talaga regarding food safety or etc. yung gusto kong course, but then napunta ako sa ganitong sitwasyon, and then when I suddenly started to realize maganda pala siya at talagang naka-enjoy. Until now, may natututunan ako, lalo na pag sa mga katrabaho. So, okay na tayo? Bumalik na ba?
I think, sir.
Okay. So, more or less, lahat ba sila student lang or may mga working adults na kasama tayo? So, yun. Wait lang natin ulit yung slides. Sabihin mo lang pag okay na madama.
Sir, okay na daw po yung slides.
Okay, okay. Sige. Ayun, welcome back guys. So parang nawala tayo mga 5 minutes. So andito tayo ulit. Discuss more about. Pero ito, ano lang, para siguro mga 4 slides na lang o 3 slides na lang siya. So, as I said earlier, should inform others regarding this topic, lalo na ngayong pandemic. Kailangan natin, siyempre, tulungan din yung kapwa-tao natin na maiwasan yung mga ganitong virus. So, paano nga ba natin sila matutulungan? Siyempre, yung mga nasa food industry, food establishment, meron tinatawag na siyempre, food signages. So, dati, yung mga signages more on kung paano keep it up. So, ganito. Now, come again? Okay na ba? Yun,
Guys,
nawala.
please turn off your microphone po.
Nawala na yung ano. Zzz. Okay na? So, yun. Signages are meant for food for thought sa mga tao. So, syempre, visually, pag nakita mo siya sa isang tindahan, ang mga signages will give you enough information. Kasi madalas, lalo na yung mga tao, lumalabas sila. So, kumakain sa labas, lalo na pag nag-celebrate, yung mga ganitong klaseng signages will inform you visual. So, but then syempre, may mga information na dapat mong malaman sa iba, pero signages will keep you updated kung ano yung mga dapat gawin. Siyempre, kaya may mga signages, yung iba, siyempre, yung pila or yung mga kailangan nilang gawin para sa restaurant nila bago kayo makapasok. So, at least, ito, magiging safe ka. Lalo na, yan, yung nare-required example, mask required for entry. So, para bago ka pumasok, may mask ka. Yung information about sa coronavirus, ano yung mga dapat gawin. So, ayun, yung mga protocols din sinasabi, cover your face, wash your hands, distance yourself. So, lahat ng mga ganung information is mahalaga. So, mostly kasi lahat ng tao is kumakain naman sa mga restaurants and establishments. So, next slide, please. The next one is yung pinaka ginagawa rin sa isang food establishment trainings na nabanggit ko na rin naman kanina. So, with trainings, you will inform your, syempre, yung mga employees mo, workers mo. So, lahat dyan, nagiging aware doon sa ano yung mga dapat gawin. Through trainings, mas na-involve mo lahat ng tao, lalo na yung mga katrabaho mo. Lalo na kung ikaw ay isang supervisor o katulad ko, supervisor ako. So, responsibility ko sa mga ibang katrabaho ko, lalo na yung mga inline ko na inform sila ano yung mga dapat gawin. Lalo pa, food safety supervisor ako. So, number one responsibility ko yun. Lalo na, nandun ako sa isang company, kailangan gawin ng mga ganitong bagay. So, it is important na magkaroon ng training. Kung wala kayong training, meron namang mga trainings outside na magbibigay sa inyo informasyon kung ano yung mga gusto niyo malaman about COVID, may mga ganun ng trainings niyo, marami ng webinar na ginagawa. So, next slide please. If I'm not mistaken, ito na yung last ata. So, ito yung pinaka siguro reliable at basic na information kung saan ka makakuha na information about this kind of information about COVID and food safety. Pinakamadalas na ginagamit ngayon, so marami nang na-influence niya. So lahat ng mga tao siguro gumagamit na ng cellphone and using these social media platforms to inform. So marami na nakikichismis din yan sa social media. Kaya Basta marami rin tayo natututunan. Yung mga bagay. Mas gamit na gamit yan. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, ayan, YouTube. Pero pinaka gamit na gamit is yung Facebook. So, mag-post ka lang ng isang bagay about warnings and etc. about food safety. It will help other people. Lalo na kadalasan lahat ng tao gumagamit na ng internet. So, hindi ka na mahihirapang magbigay ng information sa iba. With this, lalo mo matutulungan yung ibang tao. Lalo na, mostly, yung iba ngayon gumagamit, lalo na sa mga schools, gumagamit na ng internet. So, katulad nitong ginagawa natin, more on computers na. Mas iniiwasan na yung mga face-to-face. So, up to now, hindi mo na kailangan umalis ng bahay para gumamit ng computers and internet. Cellphone din, pwede mo siya magamit. So, it's a very widely used way of giving information to others. Kaya nga sinasabi dyan, the internet is parang the face of the news or the informations. Kasi mas gamit na siya ngayon. Social media, malaking bagay na siya ngayon. Lalo na more on computers na tayo. So, if I'm not sure, it is the last slide. So, next slide, please. I know. Ayun. So, guys, thank you for having me and thank you for your attention in this topic. So, sana may natutunan kayo. Nasa inyo na yun kung paano nyo i-practice siya and nasa inyo na yun kung paano nyo siya gagawin. So more or less, ako as a food safety supervisor, as a personal of food safety, responsibility ko mabigyan kayo ng information about kung ano yung mga dapat gawin, which is I appreciate na na-invite ako sa ganitong event. And also, try to help yourself and others people na malaman yung mga ganitong bagay. It will help a lot. So, ngayon, medyo na tayo, iwas-iwas na tayo ng mga quarantine. So, pag natulungan natin ibang tao, magiging babalik na tayo sa normal. So, kaya dapat, wag natin pagbahala yung ganitong food safety. I appreciate all the efforts of the organizers. Thank you for having me. So, yun po. Kung may questions kayo, mamaya, bibigyan tayo ng time ng mga organizers.
Thank you so much, Sir George, for filling us up with your informations. So, as what I've said earlier, very timely nga sa atin yung naging topic ni Sir George. So, lahat tayo nakaka-relate sa mga sinabi niya kanina.
For me naman, food safety is so important that if you made a mistake in preparing food, it can cause illness and even cause sudden death. I believe that food should be handled with utmost care, especially in this pandemic. Recently, establishments issuing regarding food safety have risen. This may be due to the mishandling of food items inside the kitchen and during the delivery period. A good example of this is the recent issue of the known brand of chicken selling store that had fried towel in their food instead of chicken. What can you say about this, Praggy?
Well, ayun nga, syempre, as part of the hospitality industry, di ba? Parang somehow shameful din siya kasi parang meron silang hindi na practice kaya nangyari yung ganong incident. Like, feel ko magpo-fall siya under din sa sinabi ni Sir kanina na food safety requirement, yung proper staff training saka yung proper cleaning system, di ba?
Yes, isipin mo, nung gutom na gutom ka, nakakagatin mo towel.
Towel. So, dagdag ko lang, bale yung isa pang favorite part ko sa diniscuss ni Sir kanina is yung about sa personal hygiene. Ayun. I do believe kasi na dapat yung cleanliness nag-start talaga sa'yo. And yung cleanliness na yun, madadala mo yun sa workplace. Ayun. So, we are now moving our question and answer portion.
Yes, sir. May personal question po ako.
Wag, bawal yung personal.
personal question. Galing po sa akin, sir. Hindi po personal.
Okay.
So, sobrang tagal niyo na po sa food industry. Ano pong issue yung pinaka tumatak sa isip niyo that impacts the way you handle foods now?
Siguro yung discipline sa sarili. And siguro yung proper way of handling things. Siguro na-mature ako sa mga ganung bagay. It helps me to deal with this kind of parang issues, events. So, sobrang malaking impact sa akin sa sarili ko, sa pamilya ko, and also to other people na nasi-share ko o yung na-involve ko dun sa mga natutunan ko. So, yun siya.
Thank you po, sir, for answering my question.
Ayan, Sir George. Another question po from Joshua Maanyo from PUB. In the recent issue of Jollibee Fried Towel, the brand name affects which the company criticizes a lot in handling their food safety. My question are, why does it happen? How would we ensure to monitor the employees' work? And who should be responsible for that problem? What are the initial process or steps to fix that issue? Thank you.
Parang pa-Miss Universe, ah. Wait. Regarding with the first question. Hello?
Should I read the questions, sirs, one by one para po maano?
I'm sorry, hindi ko makita rito. Sige pa, ulit na lang yung isa. Yung una muna.
Ay, ang unang niya pong tanong ay, why does it happen? Yung Jollibee Fried Towel po.
Actually, in the first place na narinig ko yung balita, nagulat din ako. So, as all of you, katulad ko rin, nagulat din ako. So, more or less, syempre kilala natin yung Jollibee na talagang standard about something are known for very, very long time. So, siguro for me, it's an incident na it should never happen. But then siguro, magkaroon ng conflicts or I don't know. But for me, yung nangyari na yun is siguro parang mamulat din tayo na siguro hindi naman araw-araw perfect yung ginagawa ng isang food establishment. So nagkakaroon din ng ganyan mga incident na hindi maiiwasan. Ako din nagkaroon din ako ng mga ganyan incident. FYI lang, I worked in Jollibee for almost 3 years to cope up with my studies kasi ako nagpaaral din ako sa sarili ko about this. So nag-Jollibee ako for 3 years para marating yan. But that time, I'm a simple employee. Ito siguro kasi more on sa issues na integrity ng empleyado. Siguro kung hindi niya na mahal yung trabaho niya, kaya niya nagawa yun. Yun lang yung masasabi ko. Kasi wala namang parang nasa katinuan na gagawa ng ganyan. Deserve mo isang towel para sa isang... It's a very disgrace dun sa company. Mangyayari yun sa mga isang company. Second question, sorry. Parang napahaba.
The second question is, how would we ensure to monitor the employees' work?
Siyempre, andyan yung mga HR to review yung mga nangyari. So, kaya may mga human resources sa isang company. Sila yung nag-implement ng mga jurisdictions with regards to employees. So, sa tulad ng HR, siyempre, i-review yan. So, siyempre, ma-determine kung sino yung may mga sala, may mga gawa. So, magkakaroon ng mga consequences or parang responsibilities yung iba. So, yung company mismo, magiging aware na pwede palang mangyari to. So, sa tulong ng mga tao doon sa company is magiging aware sila at matutulungan nila yung company, hindi na mangyari ulit yun. Next question.
The third question is, who should be responsible for that problem?
Actually, it's more on, sabi ko nga kanina, more on everyone is food safety is everyone's responsibility. So, hindi mo naman siya pwedeng i-asa sa isang tao. So though may kamalian yung pinakagumawa ng product siguro, but then everyone is responsible for that. Siyempre, may yung mga katrabaho is parang kapamilya mo na rin yan. So, siyempre kailangan mo rin silang tulungan. Pag regard sa mga trabaho, nahihirapan na sila o may masama na ng loob. So, kanya-kanya kung paano mag-cope up sa kanyang sitwasyon. And next.
So last question po from kay Joshua Maanyo. What are the initial process or steps to fix that issue?
Siyempre, ang nangyayari usually, nagkakaroon ng, lalo na Facebook siya o social media, nagkakaroon ng public apology yung organization with regards to what happened. And then may kipag-ayos sila dun sa customer na nagkaroon ng problema. And then syempre internally, so magkakaroon sila ng review and also syempre adjustment and improvement sa processes. So ganun yung ginagawa. Ito ba lahat? Sorry.
Yes po, sir.
Sir, another question from Ms. Hyacinth Harn. Sir, sa tingin niyo po ba naging malaki ang expenses sa mga restaurants yung pag-apply nila ng bagong food safety protocols?
Yes, siguro. Malaking impact also financially and siguro dun sa mga companies. Yung ibang company, syempre, ang affected dyan, syempre, workers is also the company. Syempre, sa workers, mas nabawasan yung mga pasok nila. And then, sa mga company naman, mas bumaba yung, syempre, yung sales nila, income, yung kita. Syempre, konting tao yung lumalabas. More or less, kung may paraan ka para magpa-deliver. So, yung mostly, yung may mga delivery services, yun yung mas talamak kayo, mas marami. Ayun po. So,
There another question po from Trisha Quesada. Good day. What is the most difficult situation that you've handled in food safety, sir?
Siguro yung parang experience ko sa Vikings group, so hindi ko na itatago, na the customer claim na food poison siya. Na sinasabi niya na food poison siya, so nire-required niya na i-refund and everything dun sa mga ginastos nila, dun sa kinain nila. But then, syempre, with us, we conduct investigations before namin i-provide talaga mali namin. So, as we claim before, mas mabuting kailangan unti-unti yung parang alamin kung ano ba yung naging nangyari. So, nagkakaroon kami ng investigation about it. So, yun nga, nagkaroon na parang sinabi niya na gusto kami ihain na siya sa government, employee, ganyan-ganyan. So, nagkaroon ng problema about handling things, lalo na sa mga customers kasi galit na galit yung ibang mga customers regarding yan kasi dinedemify yung mga ginastos nila. But syempre, kung meron kang parang principle about how you handle things, lalo na sa mga ganyan difficult situations, as a food safety officer or supervisor, syempre alam mo yung craft mo eh. So alam mo yung mga dapat gawin. It's just how you parang deliver it to the customers na hindi siya magagalit, hindi siya but then syempre hindi mo naman mag-please ng lahat ng tao. So yun.
Okay, for our last question from Sodexo Fields Lear. Hi, good afternoon. Now there is COVID-19 and we often buy bulk or budget food to avoid frequent outage. What are the safety protocols for food stocks?
Budget and
Budget food to avoid frequent outage po.
what are the safety protocols in buying stock? Paulit.
Now there is COVID-19 and we often buy bulk or budget food to avoid frequent outage. What are the safety protocols for food stocks?
For food stock. So more or less yung kung ano lang i-consume niyo. Kasi pag nagsobrang stock naman kayo ng sobrang dami, pwede siyang masiraan, expired. So kung lalo na kung hindi nyo alam kung gaano katagal, usually naman, yung mga binibining pagkain is may mga expiration date, best before date. So doon tayo nagbabase. But then most of the time, yung ibang wala, doon ka mahirapan kung paano mo siya i-consume. So more or less, mag-stock ka lang kung ano yung kailangan mong gamitin. Kung gusto mo, yung pinaka-usually sinusunod namin is 3 days rule. So mag-stock ka lang for 3 days para at least alam mo talaga umiikot lahat ng mga binibili. So yun po.
Ayun. Thank you guys for your participation in our first open forum. If you have further questions, you can send it to our email, neohap02@gmail.com. Again, neohap02@gmail.com. We hope that we answered your questions and give clarities regarding this information.
We will now present our e-certificate to Mr. George Muldong.
Polytechnic University of the Philippines, College of Tourism, Hospitality and Transportation Management, Department of Hospitality Management, Certificate of Appreciation. This certificate is proudly presented to George Milton M. Muldong for sharing his valuable knowledge during the webinar entitled Stay Alert, Live Healthy with Food Safety, held on 3rd day of June 2021. Signed by our course facilitator, Professor Hayden Calabig, our overall chairman, LGP Solano, our co-chairman, Presley Ian R. Clemente. May we now request everyone to open their camera for our photo op. Everyone is advised to open their camera to win a mystery recognition.
Focus can identify future food.
Again, may we request everyone to please turn on their cameras for our photo op.
Okay po, first window. Smile po. 1, 2, 3, smile. Next slide, next window. 1, 2, 3, smile. Next. Wait lang po. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay po, next. Yan. One, 2, 3, smile. Next window po. Wait lang. 1, 2, 3, smile. Next. Ang dami. 1, 2, 3. Okay, next slide po. Next. 1, 2, 3, smile. Next po. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay, next po. And last po. Okay na po.
Yan, thank you so much again for your active participation. By the way, we will be having special awards after our second photo op. So make sure na every time na mag-request kami to open your camera, open nyo yung camera nyo kasi baka mapanalunan nyo yung ating special award mamaya. Again, to the Zoom participants, please turn your microphone off. Thank you. And I hope guys you enjoyed our first talk. Inulit ko po, paki-off lang po ang ating microphone. Now, to give you another set of break, we will be having our second set of raffle for our Wheel of Logos. So before we start our raffle, may we remind again the previous winners to kindly message our organizers together with your name and your winning logo for you to get your reward. Now, are you guys ready? Let's now start our first draw. The first winner for our second raffle is none other than Yellow Cab, Miss Kirsten Eliza Delano Yula. Congratulations! Now for our next winner. Congratulations to Wendy's of Lorenzo de la Cruz. Yan. So, I'll just repeat the reminder. If your logo was drawn from the Wheel of Logos, just comment your winning logo and your name inside the chat box for the Zoom participants and comment section naman for the Facebook Live viewers. Then kindly wait for the organizers to confirm and get your reward. Again, the organizers will be waiting for your message up until the next set of draws. Failure to do so will forfeit your winning and we will draw again for the remaining selected participants. Thank you.
Once again, thank you for your active participation, everyone. Give yourself a pat on the back.
As you all know, you guys are tired from the games that we just played. We prepared an intermission number from one of our organizers to calm your excitement and enjoy the music. Now, to serenade us with her song, let us all give a virtual round of applause for Miss Danica Robis.
Beauty queen of only 18, she had some trouble with herself. He was always there to help her. She always belonged to someone else. I drive for miles and one tap at your door. I've had you so many times, but somehow I want more. I don't mind spending every day out in your corner in the pouring rain. Look for the girl with the broken smile. Ask her if she wants to stay a while, and she will. The love, and she will. The love. Tap on my window, knock on my door. I wanna make you feel beautiful. I know I tend to get so insecure. It doesn't matter anymore. It's not always rainbows and butterflies. Compromise and move us along. Yeah, my heart is full and my door's always open. You come anytime you want. I don't mind spending every day out in your corner in the pouring make you feel beautiful. I don't mind spending every day out on your corner in the pouring rain. Look for the girl with the broken smile. Ask her if she wants to stay a while, and she will be loved, and she will be loved, and she will be loved, and she will be loved.
Thank you so much for that wonderful performance, Miss Danica Robis. Did you guys enjoy the performance? I hope you did as much as we do.
Ayan, so we would like to acknowledge the presence of Ms. Caris Cunanan, one of our dearest professors in PUP BSHM department. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being with us today in our webinar. Now, moving on to our next speaker. He is a graduate of Bachelor in Hotel and Restaurant Management in Polytechnic University of the Philippines in 1998. He completed his master's degree in Master in Business Administration in Jose Rizal University in 2006. He achieved his PhD in Management, International Hospitality Management in San Sebastian College, Recoletos in 2017. He got his certification of Career Service Professional Eligibility in 2019. He is now the currently academic head in STI College, Santa Mesa. Now, to get some of his insights into this topic, let us all welcome Dr. John Paul O. Alamillo. Let's give him a virtual round of applause.
Alright, magandang hapon sa inyong lahat.
Good afternoon po.
Good afternoon. So let me share first my screen to everyone. Actually, this is my first time to use the Zoom. There you go. All right. So can you see my screen now? All right. So thank you. Okay. So we're going to talk about pandemic, no? So let me tell you about pandemic muna, no? So during the pandemic, well, there's actually limited movement and transportation, medyo mahirap sa atin, most especially in the tourism and hospitality industry. Medyo we are really greatly affected by this pandemic. And also we have different regulations of operating industries. Okay, everybody was really affected, no? And also there's actually presence of a uniformed personnel. Okay, so kaya there's a big difference if you're going to compare it to the previous one before this pandemic, right? So let me. Okay, so actually we're going to talk about reducing COVID risk in the restaurants, no? All right, so since we're talking about food, okay, so we have to focus on later on preparation of the food, right? So how we're going to entertain or how we're going to accept those customers or guests who are coming in our restaurants, no? Okay. Also, what are those steps in what do you call this? Accepting goods from our suppliers. Okay, so that is what we're going to talk about this afternoon. Okay, for the objectives, the first one is to know what are the changes in food preparation. Okay, like what I just mentioned a while ago, and also to know the additional safety measures being applied to ensure customer and employee safety as well. And the third one is to raise awareness in changes applied in accordance with the food safety protocols. Okay, so how do we reduce COVID risk in restaurants? Okay, so first is we have to understand how COVID is spread and consider how it, multiply. No, okay. So everybody already has the idea on, about the spread of the disease, the virus. No, okay. So that is through surface to surface. No, okay. So that is through how, let's say, for example, someone is talking or speaking, and then you're just beside him or her. Okay, pwede na agad tayo mahawa, no, by means of the saliva and all, no. Okay, so actually, this already very basic to all of us, no. Okay, that's why we have to, we have to apply what we have learned, okay, based on those being shown in the television, no, in the news, okay, and also in restaurants. So you have to assign a workplace COVID coordinator, okay. So, well, this is a new normal. So I mean to say that before, because we don't have this a particular person, a COVID coordinator, but nowadays there should be someone who will take over, no? to focus only for the COVID-19 prevention. All right, kasi we have our managers and supervisors, they have their own work to do, no? Okay, they have their own areas to manage on, no? So that's why we should have a different personnel to hold this position as COVID coordinator. And the third one is to establish clearly, communicate, and enforce procedures in preventing COVID transmission. So we have our different knowledge about how to control, no, or prevent the spread of the COVID-19 virus. Okay, and like what we always encounter, no, let's say, like what we always experience, no, whenever we visit, different restaurants and even those malls, diba? So they're really strict before you enter the establishment. You have to have this temperature. So they have to get their body temperature first. Okay, so aside from that, so they should have a spray of alcohol, and after which, no, so QR code and all, no. So you have to, okay, there's a lot of things to do, no, before you enter the this establishment, no. So that's one of those new normal, no. Okay, so in the same manner for restaurants, okay, even though we usually do it, no, whenever we enter, no, kaya lang regularly we also have to do it. All right, so whenever we time in, no, okay, syempre for timing out, it's a different, kasi syempre, di ba, pag lalabas na tayo, okay na yun. Pero let's say, for example, we're going back to the establishment by the next day again, so we have to be screened. All right, as well as those are workers. No? So there should, again, someone who will do it, okay, for the screening of all the workers entering the establishment. Okay, the fifth one is to organize restaurant workers into teams with alternating shifts or days if possible. Okay, so make sure na, diba, remember, we have to avoid yung tinatawag nating, let's say, sama-sama ng, we have to have this, what we call 6 feet, no, between each of those workers, no, as well as those customers or guests, no, para to prevent the spread of the disease. And also we need to have a new structure for our restaurant layout, right? So since we will be needing enough space, okay, kasi syempre, di ba, if kailangan natin na 6 feet between the workers, okay, in between the workers, so make sure lang na we have to add, space for our for each area, no, in our restaurant, whether it's in the kitchen or in the dining area, right? So that's why what they do in the dining area is they only accept, like what Sir George told us a while ago, no? So 20% lang if it's indoor, and then 50% if it's al fresco. Okay, so kasi mas no, mas mapiprevent natin yung pag-spread ng disease or ng virus. And the place hand washing. So ito, very basic na kasi ito, no? So this is always being practiced by all establishments, no? We have our hand washing area, no? Or hand sanitizing stations. Okay, what else? Okay, the eighth one is to clean and sanitize or disinfect frequently those surfaces and objects often being handled. No? Like for example, so meron tayong mga tinatawag na doorknobs, no? Okay, or those surfaces, no? Na lagi tayo may direct contact with, right? So make sure that these surfaces are being cleaned and sanitized at all times. Okay. Next is we have to maintain ventilation systems as well. Okay. So speaking of ventilation, so like what we said, no? So pagka al fresco, so we can accommodate like 50% of the total capacity. All right, kasi pagka mas okay yung ventilation, no? Okay, so pwedeng yung pag-spread ng virus is may iwasan. All right? So hindi siya yung tipo na for the enclosed, areas like air-conditioned, okay? So pwedeng umikot-ikot lang yung virus, okay, which is very dangerous, no? Na pwede tayong magkahawa-hawa. All right? So much better if we provide this. That's why some of the establishments, they tend to, just turn off the air conditioning units, right? And what they do is just they just open the windows and then they just use electric fans, no? Okay, para magkaroon ng well ventilated area. Or others naman, no, they replace the filters, no, kasi madaling makapitan yan ng mga, okay, dyan kasi na-filter lahat ng mga germs, bacteria, viruses, right? And others naman, they have this what we call equipment, no? Okay, para to kill all those bacteria or viruses. Okay, so actually mura na yun, no? Upon visiting SM Mega Mall, no? Okay, so may nakita ko 1,200 lang isang equipment or unit. Okay, so all you have to do is just regularly change the filter. Okay. And for the 10th one is reinforce infection and control policies with the signage and pre-shift briefing. So dapat hindi talaga nawawala yung we always have to remind everyone with regards to our health protocols, no? Okay, ating mga control policies, no? Okay, so kasi marami nakakalimot. Okay, so kung nababalitaan nyo in the TV news, no? Okay, so nag-open yung mga bars, no? Even those resorts. Okay, so kung tutuusin, bawal pa, no? So kung meron man iba, as much as possible, they should have only like 10% capacity, no? Okay, kaya lang mukhang ang dami nakakalimot, so inisip nila baka wala ng virus, right? So dapat from time to time we have to remind everyone about health protocols. And enforce the policies and procedures. Okay, so make sure that we are very consistent with that. Okay. So let's say, for example, we only accept those guests or customers who are coming in our restaurant as long as they will be, have to log in. Okay. So change the body temperature and all. No? All right. So like what I want to imply is that may iba kasi, no? Na let's say mga security guards. No? Okay. So since lagi yun ang ginagawa nila, medyo minsan hindi sila consistent, no? Okay? So dapat we have to be consistent in everything we do, no? Kasi pwedeng makalusot diyan yung virus. Remember, yung virus hindi natin nakikita. All right? Kaya we have to be very careful, no? Pagdating diyan sa ating mga health protocols. And you have to limit entrance into work areas to restaurants, no? So as much as possible, we are not supposed to allow those suppliers who are coming in our establishments, okay, kung pwede dun lang sila sa labas, okay, bakit? Come on, no? So we only need their, supplies or products, no, to be used in preparing food, okay, as well as other, supplies, okay. So dapat just we have to put a table, and then they have to place those items onto the table, no, to avoid yung ating contact. No? Okay, actually later on, no, I'm going to mention that also. No? Okay, and What else? So we have to implement a flexible and supportive sick leave compensation policies. Now, speaking of sick leave, no? Okay, so there are companies na they don't believe in their staff, no? So let's say they would report na, I'm sorry, sir, but I'm not feeling well right now, so I'm not going to report, no, for work. Okay, so there are cases na we have different establishments na they can actually provide, work from home modality, no? Okay, so mean to say that you can still work, okay, although you are inside your homes, no? Okay, so may mga ganun tayong mga establishments. All right, but in the case of our own, industry, hospitality industry, we really need to be, reporting in the what we call the on-site, no, or in the establishment, kasi more on services tayo, no. Unlike others, no, call centers, no, okay, or those who are just selling goods or services, they can work from home, no? But in our case, it's different. All right. Kaya what I want to imply here is, we have to be very careful, no, with that, no. Okay, so pag sinabi ni staff na I cannot report for work because I'm not feeling well, pagbigyan na lang natin, no? And then we have to, since, pwede mapilahin yung ating operation, so what we will do is we have to look for someone who will take over, no, for his or her position. Okay, so let's now talk about the back of the house. And this is what we are waiting for, no? Okay, so those who are working in the production area, or what we call the kitchen. Okay, all right, so worker arrival. Okay, so upon arrival of our workers, the staff, crew, okay, so this is what we're going to do, no? So all restaurant workers should closely follow, okay, yung ating mga prevention measures, no? Okay, so ito yung mga binanggit natin kanina, no? All right, and also again, so we have to screen all the restaurant workers coming in. Okay, and even those visiting workers, right? So like what I said kanina, pwede rin ito yung mga suppliers, no? Okay, or someone who will, sell goods, no, or services to us. Okay, so we have to be very careful with that. So if we cannot avoid na they really have to come in our restaurant, so what we will do is we have to screen them thoroughly, no? Okay. And then workers doing the screening should wear, of course, no. All right. So since you have the contact with these people, no, whom we don't know if they have this virus, no. So that's why you have to be very careful. We have to wear our face masks as well as the face shields, no. Okay. So and also kung pwede nga lang, no. So they have to wear also gloves, no, para for their own protection as well, no. Okay, what else? Screening results should be entered into a spreadsheet. Okay, so ito na nga pa yung binabanggit natin kanina na, so they have to be very honest, no? Okay, whenever they input their names, no? What else? The address, contact numbers, no? And also some of the questions indicating if they have this virus or if they were able to, have a contact with those people who have this virus, or we call it as PUIs, okay, or persons under investigation, no? So things like that, no? So make sure that we have to be very keen, no, in screening those people. Sufficient space, okay, for the arrival areas. And remember yung mga nagkukumpol na in Tagalog, right? So whenever they, let's say, enter the restaurant, no? Okay, so syempre, they have to line up first, but make sure that they have enough space, okay, whenever they are being screened, no, by those staff. Okay, so avoid nga natin yung contact, no. All right, screening should be done outdoors as much as possible. Okay, kasi it's al fresco, no. Okay, unless otherwise, no, the area is actually well ventilated, no? Okay, so mean to say that it's not, air conditioned. All right, so dapat may fresh air na pumapasok, okay, para lumabas agad if ever na may virus man yung isang customer or guest. Okay, and there should have a marked waiting areas, no, para they should know where to go whenever they arrive in the restaurant. Next is, okay, once again, so this is a very basic provision of the hand washing or hand sanitizing area to those waiting to be screened. Hindi lang yung ating mga employees. No? Of course, no, we have to provide that also for those who are coming in talaga. No? Okay. Oops. All right. So next up is preparing for work. So yan na, nakapasok na sila nga lahat ng ating mga workers. All right. So this time around, let's now focus on how they behave in the work area, right? Okay, so there should have a provision of a designated personal area. Remember, okay, these people will come from, the outside, and then we don't even know, no, kung meron silang nakasalamuha na COVID positive. So that's why they have to change, no, their travel clothes to a work attire. So make sure that you provide the designated personal area, yes. Okay, pero we have to avoid yung pagkukumpul-kumpul nila. No? So again, that should have a physical distancing. Okay, sufficient space, like what I said, no, in the personal area. Okay, again, good ventilation with the fresh air pa rin tayo. No? Okay, so malaking tipid to, no, sa ating restaurants, no? Okay, bakit kamo? Kasi hindi tayo masyadong gagamit ng air conditioning units, no? Ito lang yung ating electric. We should also provide air purifying units. So whenever we cannot avoid, no, na kailangan naka-open talaga yung ating air conditioning units, no? Okay, so it could help, no? Okay, to kill those viruses, no? Or even that ultraviolet radiation, no, gears. All right, so pwede siyang pumatay ng mga lahat ng germs, bacteria, viruses, no? Okay. Kaya lang, syempre, delikado yan sa mata, no? So dapat we have to avoid that. Nasisilipin mo siya. Okay. Next is, just tell me, no, baka medyo mabilis ako magsalita. Okay lang ba? All right. So let's move on to, again, hand washing. Alam na natin yan with soap. And much better if you're going to use a paper towel. I suppose that you were able to, learn this during your first year for sanitation and hygiene. Remember, you are not supposed to, use those cloths, no, or towels. Okay, kasi these are actually being, reused, right? So still there is like, cross contamination, no? Okay, so ginamit ni isa, gamitin na naman isa. Pagbasa na siya, saka lang papalitan, no? So much better if you're going to use a paper towel. But you know what? Ano yung pinaka-safe? Kasi yung say paper towel, what if maubusan ka naman ng paper towel? Okay? So we have another one, no? Para to be able to dry our hands by means of providing the what we call hand drying machine, no? Okay? So kaya lang yun, sa kuryente lang siya. Alright, pero mas safe naman to, no? Kasi wala talaga siyang contact. Alright, and also we have to provide the hand sanitizing station with those chemicals, no? Hindi dapat siya nauubusan. Okay, so pag medyo paubos na siya, so dapat we have to refill or replenish those chemicals. And make sure that they have the personal locker. Remember, hindi tayo pwede magdikit-dikit ng ating mga things, okay, with the other things of other employees. Okay, so remember, hindi natin alam kung saan sila nanggaling, no? Okay, hindi natin alam kung meron sila. Okay, so, well, much better if you have your own personal locker. And also disposable sanitizing wipes, right? So sikat na rin yan sa ngayon. So that's really very safe kasi, no, nowadays. Okay, our sanitizing wipes, no, after gamitin, so you have to throw it away, no? Okay, so where do we use this, no? Okay, mga mobile phones natin, remember, no? Minsan nakakalimot tayo, no? We touched something, okay, hindi natin alam if it has the virus, and then we would, use our cell phone, someone called us, and we really cannot avoid it, no? So what we do is we touch it, and then we use it, etc., etc. So much better is whenever you use your mobile phones, make sure that you use the sanitizing wipes, right? And, well, if you have a sanitizing wipes, hindi naman pwede ibulsa yun. So instead, we have to put it in the trash receptacle. Okay? All right, so in our restrooms, so there should have a good ventilation as well. Kasi kulub eh. Okay, so usually for restrooms kasi, it's really small in space. So that's why we have to have a good ventilation. If you have like a very small window, much better if you're going to enlarge it, no? So you have to make it bigger, okay? Para pumasok yung fresh air, no? Okay, but if you don't have the budget for that, no? So what you will do is you have to provide, what do you call that? Exhaust fans, no? Okay, para mailabas yung kung ano man, no? Na, okay, so operational sink. So we have to provide operational sink with hot running water for hand washing. Okay, so remember, di ba, yung mga viruses, okay, so ayaw nila na mainit. Okay, kahit anong init yan, whether it's, vapor, no? Okay, or spray, or even water, no? So dun sila namamatay. Okay. Next is, like what I said kanina, no? So you should have a fully stocked soap dispenser and paper towels at all times. And of course, sa ating bidang-bidang trash receptacle. No? Saan mo ba itatapon yan kundi dyan sa ating trash receptacle? All right, so this is it. So let's now have the food preparation. How are these chefs, no? Okay, or food preparers? Okay, what else? So we have our cooks, okay, our line cooks, all right, whoever they are, whoever those people who are preparing the food to be served to our customers or our guests. So this is what you're going to practice, no? Whenever you are already in your restaurant or establishment. Okay. So once again, we already know the COVID prevention measures. Okay, so those are actually very basic, no? Okay, mabinigit natin kanina. And then for the kitchen and other food preparation areas, they should have a good ventilation, no? Okay, so bihira naman kasi yung kitchen na air-conditioned. All right, so if it's not air-conditioned, they only have this. Actually, if I suppose some of you have already worked in a hotel or I don't know, baka may part-timer sa inyo, no? You're third-year students ba? So if you're third-year students, nag-OJT na kayo in restaurants, no? Okay, so whenever they provide the kitchen, they have this fresh air, no? Okay, for the fresh air, actually, it only provides, air na nagagaling sa labas. Okay, and at the same time, they have this exhaust duct system, all right? So, or sometimes they call it as exhaust fans naman, yung medyo mura lang, no? Okay, so ano yung exhaust duct systems? Okay, so ito yung humihigop ng lahat ng init, no? Ng, whenever we prepare food, no? So remember, whenever we cook, usually it's mainit, right? So lahat yun hinihigop niya. Okay, so syempre dapat kung naghihigop siya, dapat we have to provide the fresh air. Okay, so, well, actually we don't provide the cold air, all right? Kasi hindi pwedeng cold air from the air conditioning unit kasi pwedeng masira yung ating air conditioning unit. All right? Or better yet, if you have a lot of budget, no, make sure that you have the air purifying machine, no? So in the kitchen. Okay, social, di ba? Okay, so by doing so, syempre, no, pwede ring to remove also yung mga bad odors. So remember, if it's a kitchen, okay, so dapat lagi siyang fresh yung amoy, no? Kasi there might have proliferation of certain bacteria or viruses, no, or germs we have to avoid, no? Okay, and sufficient space. So ganun din. Okay, so you should have enough space to allow workers to maintain 6 foot from each other. All right, so i-avoid na natin nagdidikit-dikit tayo, no? Okay, so that's why you will notice, no, sometimes if whenever we visit the restaurants, medyo mabagal yung service. Why? Kasi binabawasan nila yung tao, okay, because of the allotment of enough space, no, for each other whenever they work in the workplace. Kasi nga, hindi pwedeng magkadikit-dikit sila, no? Okay, so workstation should be used by one person only. All right, strictly one person. Okay, bakit? Before, pwede yan, no? So if you have your workstation here, and then someone would like to use your workstation, it's okay. You just let him, use it. But nowadays, new normal, okay, if it's yours, it should be only yours. All right? So galit-galit tayo, kumbaga. Di ba? So sa akin lang to, I don't want to share it with you. Okay? So ganun tayo. And for sure, no, they will understand that. Right? And well, you have to decrease the number of menu items. Kasi whenever you offer a lot of menu items, there's a possibility of ordering more ingredients, okay, ordering more supplies. All right, what else? And you might be looking for more cooks to prepare those food, diba? So if you would recruit for more cooks, para saan na yung ating 6 feet, no? Okay? So much better if, better yet is you have to decrease the number of the menu items. Okay? And remember naman, no, na we actually limit, okay, those who are coming in our restaurants. Diba? So 20% for the indoor and 50% only for the al fresco or outdoor dining. Right? Next, each workstation should have, of course, hand washing, and then we have the disposable sanitizing wipes as well. Okay, bidang-bida na si sanitizing wipes, no? Before, para sa mga babies lang yan, no? Okay, so sa ngayon is ginagamit na natin sa lahat, okay, ng bagay, even yung mga ating ladies, no? Sa kanilang mga makeup removal, no? Okay, and even with our dogs, di ba? So, di ba? So we use sanitizing wipes as well, no? Pag medyo dumumi sila. Alright, so ang daming ginagamit ko ng sanitizing wipes, no? Mas important rin siya, okay, in our in food preparation. Before kasi talaga ano lang tissue paper. I mean, paper towels. Okay? Pero ito, sanitizing wipes na yan kasi meron na siyang chemical na talagang pwede pumatay ng virus. Right? And of course, we have to provide the trash receptacle. Okay? All right, so we are now done with those who prepare food for us. Let us now discuss how you're going to receive supplies and equipment from the vendors or from the suppliers. Okay, paano nga ba ang tama? Okay, so let's see how they practice it. Okay, we have to follow again COVID prevention measures. Okay, yung very basic and areas for receiving supplies. Ito na, no? So if, make sure that you provide the areas for receiving supplies and equipment. So they should have a proper ventilation with the fresh air. Okay, so pwede rin tayo maglagay ng portable air purifying machine, ultraviolet germicidal irradiation, kung pwede, kung kaya ng budget. Okay, pero pag meron naman tayong budget talaga napaka-safe talaga niya, no? Like what I said kanina, murang-mura na, bilhin na kayo, no? 1,200 lang, pero saan lang 'yon? 35 square meters lang na area, no? Pang kwarto lang siya. Okay? Pero, well, makakatulog ka na ng mahimbing dyan. Pero, well, actually, that's not my product. I'm just, promoting it because I want everybody to be safe. And sufficient space again, no? Okay, so aside from having, providing a sufficient space for the personal lockers, no? And also in the kitchen, there should have enough space for all the workers there. Okay, the food, the preparers. And at the same time, for the receiving area, make sure that you have a sufficient space. Okay. Again, so we also have to provide hand washing station with the provision of the soap and the water and hand sanitizing station. Siyempre, pagka meron tayong hand washing station, no? Although hindi ko na nailagay, no? So towels, okay? Or much better if you have the hand drying machines, no? Okay. And all right, so again, so medyo may kamahalan nga lang to disposable na sanitizing wipes, pero well, that's for our own safety. And the trash receptacle as well, hindi siya pwedeng mawala, no? Okay? And disposable masks. Okay, so those who are going to deliver, no, or those suppliers, so they would like to deliver goods to us, so make sure that they're also wearing the disposable masks. Okay? Or they should have their face shields, no? Okay? Whenever there's contact, no? Okay, syempre, paano ka magbabayad, no? All right. So, pero much better if, like what I said kanina, no? So we have to provide the table. Kaya lang parang awkward pagka ganun, parang, can you imagine what I'm saying? So parang, okay, sir, this is my payment. So wag ka muna lumapit, sir. Okay, dyan ka muna. And this is 5,000 pesos. All right. So you may now pick it up. Okay. Na parang, well, pero that's for our own, safety na rin, no? Okay. Kaya huwag kayong papayag na walang disposable mask or walang face shield yung ating mga suppliers. And the platform, like what I said kanina, you should have a platform or whether it's a table or cart or other surface, no, wherein you put what you have ordered from the suppliers, no. Okay, so that's what we're going to, that's where we're going to place the items. Okay, tapos, we will just pick it up whenever the personnel, or delivery personnel leave. Okay? Kaya medyo matagal nga lang siya, no? Kasi hindi kasi talaga pwedeng magdikit, ihintayin mo muna, no? Lagay niya yan sa table. Okay? Next. Atras ka. Okay? So, well, okay lang naman yan para that's for our own safety, no? Okay, what else? Give people making deliveries specific times. Okay, so you have to inform them. Okay, sir, what time are you going to deliver the supplies? Let's say, for example, he's going to deliver it by 3 o'clock, and then you also have another supplier who's going to deliver it at the same time. Okay, so what you will do is you have to instruct the other person, no, to just deliver it on a particular time, no? So say after 30 minutes or 1 hour. Okay, so para to avoid, no, yung contact. Okay, and staggered schedule of deliveries. So if you have a delivery for, let's say, vegetables, usually kasi naman, no, for vegetables it is being delivered daily, no, so make sure that it is delivered early in the morning. All right, so if these are just, canned goods, okay, so it has to be delivered, basta may oras siya, no? Okay, 9 o'clock ba? Depende pala yun, no? What time are you going to open? What time are you going to operate, no, your restaurant? So much better if those deliveries will be, those items will be delivered before the operational time. Okay, so para ma-avoid natin yung, contact. Okay, mahirap kasi na there are already diners and then yet you're still accepting deliveries, no, di ba? Parang delikado. Okay, that's actually applicable for those, kasi I used to work in a mega mall, no, and then what's the mall there at the back of a mega mall? Okay, yung malaking. Okay, so we only have like one entrance and exit. Okay, unlike those restaurants na talagang they have their own area, no, wala sila sa labas ng mall, so they have a different entrance and exits, no, iba rin entrance and exit for the personnel, iba pa yung entrance and exit for suppliers, iba pa yung entrance and exit for the customers or guests. Now, same way with those in the hotels, no, so syempre kasi malalaki yung ating mga establishments na ganyan, so that's why they have a different entrance and exits. All right, and notify people making deliveries. Okay, so make sure that they would inform you to, hey, I mean, they are the ones who are going to inform you that they are going to deliver the goods, no, in 30 minutes, no. Okay, kung kailan, what is the exact time, no, na darating sila in your restaurant. All right, para matansya nyo, no, yung kasi baka mamaya there are still other suppliers, they're being assisting you to deliver their goods, no. Okay, so much better if one at a time. Okay, hindi sila pwede sabay. Okay, kahit sabay man, kawawa naman nandun siya sa malayo. Okay, so dapat hindi talaga sila magkakasabay sa isang in just same time, no. Right, so ganun pa rin, so they should wear the shields and the masks. Okay, again, so 6 feet distance pa rin in receiving. Okay, they should not enter the restaurant. As much as possible, they're not supposed to enter the restaurant kasi hindi naman kailangan talagang pumasok. Pero pagdating sa payments, if it's a payment for cash, no, syempre parang hindi naman delikado din sa supplier, no. So hindi may iwasan yon, but like what I said a while ago, so make sure that you provide proper ventilation whenever they are going to enter your establishment. Okay, no contact, please. Okay, like what I said kanina, pick up delivered items from the designated table and virtual signing off for the goods received. No? Okay, so ito talaga walang contact. No? Okay, unlike before na you have to sign. No? Okay, in this time, well, actually it's just virtual. Okay, so kikita mo naman yun sa Kita mo talaga kung sino pipirma, no? Okay? Hindi may kakaila, no? Pwede pa nga madaya yung ano eh, no? Pirma lang, no? Pwede siya ma-4. Right? All right. So after the back of the house, so let's not talk about the front of the house. So dalawa lang naman yan in the restaurant industry, no? Okay? So sino ba yung mga nasa front of the house? Siyempre yung ating mga servers, no? Okay? Ating mga, sometimes it's the cashiers because they're the ones who, accept payments, no? Okay, so the safest dining experience. All right, so again, you have to wear mask. Okay, if well, aside from the mask, no, much better if you also have the shield. Okay, so be kind. Why do I say that? Okay, so we all know that let's say we are dining in, no? Okay, so I'm referring to those diners, no? Okay, so we have to avoid talking too much, no? Whenever we're eating. Okay, so most especially if you have someone with you, okay, kaya much better if you provide, acrylic, what do you call that? Para to avoid, no, yung contact, no, whenever you talk to your, to the person in front of you, no? Or better yet is parang ihiwalay, no, okay? Kasi there are some tables that's only good for 2 persons, so that's why you have to provide that acrylic, okay? And well, if it's such a big, a bigger dining table, so let's say it's good for 4 persons, so much better if you will just make it like good for 2 lang, no? Para nakasaliwa, no? Okay? So alternate yung 2 diners. All right? So you have to make space. And you have to be responsible, no? So whenever you sneeze, whenever you cough, okay? So hindi tayong tipong na parang nasa bahay na you don't cover your mouth and all. So alam naman natin kung paano. Okay? Kaya lang there are cases na if you are dining in a restaurant na kailangan you have to use your bare hands, no? Okay, parang kamay kainan ika nga, no? Okay? So, well, if you cannot avoid it, like sneezing, minsan na-experience yun eh, whenever I dine in, no? So bigla na ako mag-sneeze, hindi ko alam bakit gano'n, no? Kasi medyo sensitive yung aking ilong, no? Okay? So much better if you have to cover it pa rin. So instead of using your bare hands, no, na pinanghawak mo ng food, so we can use the back of our elbow, no? I don't know how you call it, no? Parang part ng, forearm right here. Okay? So like this. Okay, kung di man talaga ma-avoid. Okay, and much better if you have to be always ready by means of providing, tissues just beside of your even a hanky. Okay, para madali mo matakpan, no? Ang dapat mong takpan, no, whenever you sneeze or cough. Okay, so it's the same as when you bump in with your co-workers or even those co-diners. So make sure that there should have a 6 feet apart. Even those tables, no? Okay, sa tables as well as the chairs, ganun din, no? Dapat 6 feet apart. And well, that should have a ventilation system. You know what? In my observation, I actually have visited this particular restaurant, no? So although they opened they turned off their air conditioning unit, no? Pero yung windows nila ay naka-open. Well, actually kung tutuusin, medyo yun eh. Sabi nila nakasira raw yun ng electrical appliance, no? Ng aircon kasi lumalabas din yung lamig tapos mas mahirapan siyang mag-provide ng lamig. Okay? Pero much better na rin yun for the diners nga lang. So ang kakaproblema dyan is the owner of the restaurant kasi nga pwedeng in a few months pwedeng masira yung kanilang air conditioning units if they are still they will still continue to do it. Okay, and make sure that whenever you serve food to your diners, no, it should be covered this time, unlike before, no? Siguro based on your own experience, no, so we tend to just serve the food, no, without covering it. Okay, but nowadays, no, as you can see, talagang naka-cover na siya, no? If and only if it is being served by the waiters, no? But if it is being served by, if it's self-service, okay, so pwede naman kayo na mismo kukuha, no? ng mga food ninyo, no? Instead of for someone to do it for you. All right. Again, so you also have to screen all the restaurant workers, no? So these are actually, this is actually basic, no? Wash hands thoroughly, no? Again, pasensya na, paulit-ulit tayo sa 6 feet apart kasi napaka-effective talaga niyan eh. Okay? So if you will notice, no, from the start, okay, pag-arrive pa lang ng ating mga workers, meron tayong 6 feet apart until here, okay, until the delivery of the supplies, no, or goods, and then we have this dining experience, so it's still 6 feet apart. Okay, and provide sneeze barriers for each table. So ito yung tinatawag mong acrylic, no, barriers. Okay, and right, so like what we practice, no, so we are going to, ang tawag doon, QR codes, no, and all, no, pag wala kang ganyan, so susulatan mo pa matagal, no, much better if it will just be scanned, no. So it's a health declaration protocols and provide hand sanitizer or alcohol. Right? So that's also very basic. All right. So as you can see here, pasensya na, medyo mabilis pa. Okay. So kasi baka 30 minutes lang daw eh, right? So if you're going to summarize it, so we have to be healthy, we have to be clean, no? So hindi lang siya for, whenever you practice it in restaurants, okay, make sure that you also practice it at home, no? Okay, let's say you're one of the workers, right? So make sure that you sleep, 8 hours, okay, daily, for adults, okay, and then you also have to wash your hands regularly, no? So you have to avoid the contamination from the different surfaces. So you also have to clean your house, no? Okay, regularly, disinfect at all times. Okay, so minsan nga medyo gumagaspang din kami natin, kaka-alcohol, no? Pero that's for our own good, no? Okay, and medyo magastos din, no? Dahil sa isang litro na alcohol, siguro kung marami kayo sa family nyo, baka 2 to 3 days lang yan, ubos na. Okay, and also, social distancing, no? Like 6 feet away from each other. All right, and then okay, so if ever that there are delivery services, right, so you have to avoid contact, no? So instead of going to a particular restaurant, so what you will do is you will just order online. Okay, so I think it's safer than dining in. All right, para hindi kayo masyadong ma-expose, no, sa labas na sandamakmak yung mga pwede natin makuhang sakit. Okay, so I suppose that that's my last presentation, and thank you so much. Do you have any questions?
And thank you so much, Dr. John Paul. It's really good to hear you discuss with us again. Thank you so much for sharing such a wonderful field information talk.
You're welcome.
So here are some of my few takes away from Dr. John Paul Alamillo's talk. Everyone should remind one another to keep doing their safety protocols in order for us to minimize the tendency of cross contact. Hand washing or hand sanitizing is one of the most important things to do to keep oneself clean. It is important to keep oneself clean because you're not the only one keeping yourself away from illness, but also you're minimizing the contact of illness to other persons.
Thank you, Mary. Before we go to our question and answer portion, we would like to acknowledge first the presence of the chairperson of the Department of Hospitality Management in PUP Manila, Ma'am Cristina Trinidad. It is a great pleasure for us to have you here.
Hi, Ma'am Tina. Basta po.
Hello, sir. Thank you for coming.
You're very much welcome, Madam.
We are now going to the question and answer portion. We have questions for Dr. John Paul. You may type in inside the chat box.
We have the first question from NTC IV. Good afternoon, sir. Ask ko lang po if meron po mag-positive example crew po. Magsasara po ba yung establishment, sir? At sino po yung magpro-provide ng gastusin ng crew or workers po?
Right. So actually, it depends upon the establishment, no? So there are some establishments, let's say, may isa nag-positive, no? Okay. So what they do is they just, fumigate, no, the areas of, sa lahat, no? Okay? And then after siguro 1 to 2 hours lang yun, and they will go back to work. But others, medyo mas mahigpit sila. So what they do is they have to close their operation. They stop operation, okay, for a day or two, okay, or even weeks, no? So depende yun sa establishment if they have this, all right? And then they will go back, no, pag okay na yung lahat. All right, next question, please. You're welcome.
Sir, I have personal question po.
Sure.
What
Angelo?
can you say po dun sa mga safety protocols po na ini-implement po ngayon ng ating gobyerno po? Bale, sa tingin niyo po ba na-implement po ba talaga siya?
Mm-hmm. Alright, when it comes to implementation, I just noticed na very strict naman yung ating mga local government units, no? Okay, nagkakaroon nga ng bugbugan, di ba? Okay, tapos meron pang, di inaasahan, biglang dahil because of their punishment, no? Nawawala ng buhay, no? Which is dapat hindi nangyayari. Alright? Pero, well, depende rin yun sa city, no? So there are some cities na or local government units na masyado mahigpit, others naman is hindi. So for me, dapat I have to be, consistent, no? Whenever we, have these protocols. Okay, so kung sana buong Pilipinas ganon, gawin na lang natin. Alright, pero not to the point of, pwede na mag-suffer yung ating mga buhay. Okay, so what we need to avoid here is, the spread of the virus. Okay, so nangyayari, naiwasan niya yung pag-spread ng virus. I mean, naiwasan yung spread ng virus, pero mas namamatay naman, no? Dahil nga dun sa mga, ginagawang mga punishments. Iba naman, I'm actually against, no, to those local government units na they tend to, seize or hinuhuli nila, no, yung mga violators, then kinukulong. Okay, remember, di ba, pagka kinulong ka, okay, sa isang, reason, di ba, hindi na iwasan yung pagdidikit-dikit doon. So, ano ba yung ating objective dito? Ma-prevent yung virus. So, do you think na i-prevent ba natin yung virus kung ikukulong mo yung mga violators? Hindi. Alright? So, sana medyo mag-isip din yung ating ibang, I'm not saying about, all the government units, but some of those, okay, government units. And you know what? May narinig akong news from our beloved Yorme. Okay? Si Yorme Isko Moreno, no? So parang may binigit siya na hindi na natin i-require na kailangan naka-face shield yung ating mga, kababayan, no? Okay? So for me, I think I actually object. No? Sorry, Yorme Isko. Okay, idol ko yan dati nung artista pa yan, no? Kasi ang laki talagang no, it's actually 90% safe, no? If you're going to wear, aside from your face mask, you have your face shield as well, no? So mas may iwasan talaga yung pag-spread ng virus if you have these two, no? Na ating PPEs. All right? Kaya, well, sana naman maisip natin na it is actually for our own good. All right? Some more questions?
Hello, sir. Good
Hi.
afternoon.
Good
Are you from
afternoon.
Iloilo?
Hey, from Iloilo.
From
Wow.
Iloilo. Yes, sir. I am from Iloilo City. May question lang po ako regarding sa food na mga nagsiserve. Kailangan po ba na magpa-RT-PCR? Are they required?
Yes, they have to. Okay, we don't even know if they are carriers. We cannot actually distinguish if this particular person is a carrier of a COVID-19. Okay, much better if he or she has to undergo, that kind of, kasi nga, dapat nga for me all those establishments, no, they have to require all their, employees to undergo an RT-PCR test, okay, para makasiguro tayong lahat kasi most especially in the hospitality industry, remember, 'di ba? Hindi natin maiwasan ng contact, di ba? Especially if we're going to prepare food or beverages, no, to our customers, right? So dapat lamang na, they have to undergo RT-PCR tests. And make sure that it's negative, of course.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much again for being active in our Q&A portion. If you have further questions, you can send it to our email, neohap02@gmail.com. Again, neohap02@gmail.com. We hope that we answered your questions and give clarities regarding this information.
Let us now proceed to the presentation of guest certificates. Polytechnic University of the Philippines College of Tourism, Hospitality and Transportation Management, Department of Hospitality Management. Certificate of Appreciation. This certificate is proudly presented to Jean Paul O. Alamillo for sharing his valuable knowledge during the webinar entitled Stay Alert, Live Healthy with Food Safety, held on the 3rd day of June 2021. Signed by our first facilitator, Professor Haydin Calabig, our overall chairman, Mr. LGP Solano, and his co-chairman, Mr. Fresley Ian R. Clemente.
Hi, thank you so much, Ma'am Hayden, LG, the overall chairman, Fresley. They used to be my student, no? Before. Thank you so much for inviting me. Si Ma'am Len, nakita ko rin si Ma'am Len kanina. Alright, sorry, Angelo.
Sorry. Thank you so much po, Dr. John Paul.
You're welcome.
I request everyone to open their camera for photo op. Sir JP, pwede po i-off niyo po yung virtual background niyo kasi po nagka-camouflage po kayo sa likod.
Oo nga eh. Para kung multo, di ba? How do I do it? Wait. Virtual background, none. Yan.
Yan pa.
Hello.
Okay na pa.
Yun.
Isisum ka tamelan ni.
Okay, smile po for photo off. 1, 2, 3, smile. Next window po. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, next window. 1, 2, 3, smile. Next po. 1, 2, 3, smile. Next window po. 1, 2, 3, okay. Next window. 1, 2, 3, smile. Next po. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay. Next. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, second to the last. Lang. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, last window po. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay na po.
Thank you everyone for opening your cameras for our photo op. But before we come to close the event, we would like to thank the following. Burger Cartel by Retro Bites. Miss Maria Joyce Ann Cahilog and Miss Rodette Rivera Evangelista. And for today, we have a special reward for the Face of the Day. Also, the organization's 2 participants earlier for our special reward for the Face of the Day. We would like to congratulate to
Our first winner for the face of the day is none other than Mr. Alpol Suyat. Congratulations.
Three, two, one.
We now have come to the closing of our event as we are about to move on with our lives. Let us now listen to the closing remarks from our class advisor, Professor Haydin Calabig.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Am I loud and clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. So before anything else, I would like to acknowledge the presence of different schools and universities. Nakakatuwa kasi ang layo nung narating ng ating webinar as far as the north and south as well. Diba? So let me cite. I hope na kumpleto ko yung list ko ng mga present dito kasi sa sobrang dami nagpa-flood yung chat box. Pero I tried to note down all the universities and the schools na nakita ko. So first, I would like to acknowledge the presence of the Data Center College of the Philippines from Lawag, Urdaneta City University, the De La Salle University, Bulacan State University, Cebu Technological University, Ilocos Sur Community College, Hirist, of course, ang ating kapitbahay sa PUP, Santa Cecilia College, St. Vincent de Ferrer College in Camarin, Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Marikina, National University. I saw someone from also PUP Quezon City, and of course from PUP Manila. Thank you very much for attending our webinar. And siyempre, hindi natin pwedeng kalimutan yung ating mga guest speakers, which is Mr. George Milton Muldong and our very own JP Alamillo. So thank you, sir, for gracing our event for this afternoon. And
Welcome.
I appreciate for your presence and finding time for our students to learn about the importance of the different food safety, hygiene, and sanitation practices that we should follow, especially now na nagkakaroon na naman ng surge, no? So from MECQ, GCQ, and hindi natin sure kung ano yung susunod, anong Q ulit, di ba? So I hope, we're going better every day. Wag naman sanang lumala na or dumami pa. So we have to do our part. No? So from our speakers, na nalaman natin or natutunan natin na kailangan talaga tulong-tulong tayo para mawala at hindi na dumami yung maapektuhan ng COVID-19. Okay? Again, together, let us do our part and we stay healthy and live healthy para lahat tayo towards our new normal. Yung kumbaga hindi na tayo ganito na sabi nga naka-face mask, naka-face shield, di ba? So sana wala nang ganun in the near future, the soonest. So again, thank you very much for attending and nakakatuwa na sa ganitong paraan ay nakaka-reach out kami sa mas madaming students, especially. At kanina pala may nakita rin ako from India. So sir, are you still here? Diba, we have a representative from India kanina, si Mr. Shivapa. So nandito siya kanina, from India daw siya. I think he also works for food and beverage establishment. So sir, thank you for attending from the Philippines. So again, let us all have a good day and stay safe always.
Thank you so much for that heartfelt message, Professor Haydin. Now, on behalf of all the organizers for this webinar, I would like to give our gratitude again to the guest speakers, Dr. John Paul Alamillo and Mr. George Milton, to our professor, Professor Haydin Calabig, and to our classmates, batchmates, and all those people who helped us through the event. And lastly, to all of you guys who are watching with us at your home. Your participations are greatly appreciated and we are pleased to have you here.
As we go to end our program, may I request everyone to sing our PUP hymn.
May we just remind everyone that a QR code will be presented after this program. Kindly fill them out to expect your certificates after. E-certificates will be sent through emails. The link for the evaluation form will be posted in the comment section of Facebook Live and in the chat box for the Zoom participants. Please expect your certificates after 3 to 5 working days.
We hope that you have learned something new today. Remember to stay alert and live healthy with food safety.
Once again, I am Jan Angelo S. Fragata.
And I'm Mary Resurrection.
Webinar adjourned.
Three, two, one.
People were having a problem po for scanning the QR code, you can check our event page for the link for the evaluation form. Meron din po pala sa may chat box dito sa Zoom. You can check it out. so much, guys.